Press the stream, make sure everything's going. Yeah, certainly went live. Come on, load, load, load. Okay, looks good. There's those ones there. Nope. Stream link. That one down. Okay. I finally figured out how to get my chat to the left side of my on the left side of Streamlabs. So yeah, I can actually read what people write in a reasonable amount of time. Go. That there, that there, that there. Load game. Alright. Let's get this rolling. Fuck, a lot of shit happened. I can't. I just can't. Too much happened yesterday, so we're just gonna go into this. This is the big day. Did you get any sleep? Yeah, I went to bed at 1 AM or so. Fucking, like, don't call me out. Oh, what time did you wake up? 3 AM. That's only 2 hours, Apollo. But at least you have me. Can you, for the love of God, stop bringing that out? You used that to threaten yourself and suspend a verdict yesterday. You are going to get us arrested. And the amazing Mr. Hat. Here's looking at you, kid. Good luck today, Apollo. That voice. Ah, it's Nick. Hey, get any sleep? Mr. Wright. I was going out of my mind with boredom, so I signed myself out early today. Somehow that place makes fake piano playing at the Indochine pasta joint seem almost fun. Patty, do you know who Professor Gavin's witness is today? Take a guess. How about Little Plum? That Sherman tank of a mom? Nope, guess again. That's too bad. You know, speaking of moms, you need to find me a new mommy one of these days, Daddy. Oh, ooh. That's barely morning and you're already at it, Trucy. Okay. See, this is why I don't buy the father-daughter relationship. So, Mr. Wright, do you know who the prosecution's witness is? Lita Tiala, your client's fiance. She's going to be a witness? Oh yeah, she's absolutely the murderer. But that seems odd. Why would she testify against her own fiance? You have to wonder what Gavin's up to. Something's going down today, that much is clear. Well, not to worry. I've got my panties back. If you can't find a killer, I'll pull one out of here. What? What? Alright. Rock and roll. Wow, we didn't have the... That's odd. We didn't have the big court shot. Court is now in session for the trial of Waki Kataki. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is warmed up in a solid... And its prosecution's warmed up and it's a sold-out house. Very well, to recap. Well, yesterday's witness seemed more guilty than any other party. Guilty of panty snatching? We did find out one thing for certain. There were 3 people in the park at the time of the murder. The witness, the victim, and the defendant. Correct there, Judge. And today, I'd like to do something a little new age. like to look at this horrible crime from the outside. The outside? The acquisition of the murder weapon, the preparation for the act. A poor defendant told all, you see. To his betrothed. His betrothed. His fiancée, Herr Judge. His partner for life, with no chance for parole. Very well, you may show me the, lucky lady to the stand. Your name and occupation, Fraulein? Lady Tiala, my occupation is future wife. Ah, traditional values. I respect that. Too many brides these days can't even weave baskets blindfolded, underwater. What? 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 You got some crazy standards, Judge. You're here today as a witness for the prosecution? To be honest, I didn't want to testify at first. But I couldn't hide the truth. Honesty, another admirable trait. Fraulein, is it true that on the day of the crime, the defendant, Waki Kitaki, confessed his plans? His plans for murder? Yes. The witness will please give her testimony to the court. Alrighty. The day that the family health checkup results came back, when Waki found out that Dr. Maractus had lied, he flew into a rage. I'll teach him, he said. He took one of the family's pistols. And you already know what happened that night. I just don't see how anyone but Waki could have done it. So the pistol did belong to the Kitaki family, then? Yes, with regards to this, an investigation is underway at the Kitaki mansion. On charges of the possession of illegal firearms. And the bullet that took the victim's life, was it fired from the pistol the defendant procured? Yes, this has been proven. How can you prove something like that? Bullets carry marks from the barrel that fired them, called rifling marks. Rifling marks? Think of them as being a gun's fingerprints left on every bullet it fires. And when did you first hear about Waki's plan? It was the day of the murder. I should have stopped him. I just didn't think he would actually do it. Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Alright, let's see. Maybe the family health checkup results came back. That was the day of the murder, correct? Yes, everyone in the family received their checkup results that day. When Waki looked at his face went so pale. But of course, just had found a bullet in his chest. So you were there at the time? Yes. Poor Waki. When Waki found out that Dr. Rice had lied, he flew into a rage. That must have been, quite frightening. He was furious. He ripped his report up to shreds. Incidentally, I had to request another copy to file as evidence. Bothersome, sure, but one performed without complaint. Waki's at an age where it's hard to control when he loses his temper. Of course, that little bit of instability is so cute. Great, now he sounds like a psychopath. So, is it easy to take a pistol from the house? Not really, I think. There's a system in place to limit access. But Waki's a special case, being next in line. Perhaps his treatment was a bit too special, yeah? Well, maybe he's a bit spoiled. I hear he got amazing presents for his birthday. Last year was a switchblade made out of chewing gum, and a chocolate gravestone. What? What a wild person. He sounds like he has a taste for sweets and danger. Point here being that Waki had access to a pistol. What happened? Meaning the murder. I tried to stop him, I really did. But Waki wouldn't listen. That defendant was nothing if not determined, it seems. The last thing you should do is blame yourself, miss. I just don't see how anyone but Waki could have done it. How can you say that for certain? How? Ah. Herr Forehead, you will refrain from badgering the Fraulein. It was the defendant, Waki, was it? Who took the pistol from his home. We know this for a fact now. I suppose we do. But how could anyone else have used this pistol to shoot the victim? They could not. Simple logic, yeah? This does seem to be the case. Does the defense have anything to say regarding this point? Someone else have used this pistol. Why is Dr. Hickfield here? Could someone have used this pistol? Yes. But I have no evidence of it. So I guess I put no. Oh, I can just save whenever. Good. Benenwaki took the pistol from his home. We know that for a fact now. I suppose we do. How could anyone else have used this pistol to shoot the victim? They could not. Based on your testimony, there's clearly another. One other person had access to that pistol. What's this? Interesting. Let's ask the defense then. Who the other person with access was. This is a system in place to limit access. Walk is a special case, being next in line. Paul Maractus would have access to the pistol after it was dropped. And he would have had to have shot himself. Alita Tiala probably would have. But I don't think that's gonna get me anywhere. Let's take the hit here. Explain why. Okay. I'm more concerned for a fiance. Why'd you testify against him like this? Yeah, I don't think we have anything here. We just have to push through. Akikataki, Paul Maractus, age 19. See, anyone but Walkie could have done it. I don't, yeah. The family health check results came back. Walkie found out Dr. Maractus was alive. He flew into a rage. Teach him, he said. He took one of the family's pistols. I already know what happened that night. I just don't see how I know what Walkie could have done it. Else, I guess it had to be Walkie. Sure, there's another person who could have used the pistol. I just can't think of who. Of course, he was the only one with access. Uh-oh, this is bad if I leave it like this. Continue with the cross-examination. There's really no one else with access to that pistol. Someone else with family ties. Oh, that wasn't the end of it. That was just pressing on that point. Am I really just gonna indict Tiala? Am I really just gonna indict her this early? That seems like super out of nowhere. How could anyone else have used this pistol to shoot the victim? They could not. Simple logic. Does seem to be the case. Does the defense have anything to say regarding this point? Could someone else have used the pistol? It had to have been someone else. The testimony was clearly another. Well, the person had access to that pistol. Plum. Alita. Winfred. In your testimony, there's clearly another. Could it have been... I guess I'll just fuck it. I've got lots of health. Well, of course, I mean, you, Miss Tiala. Me? But why? You were quite clear when you told the court. You heard about the pistol from the defendant on the day of the murder. In other words, you knew what he was planning. Let me get this straight. You intend to tell us that this lady stole the pistol from her fiancé and killed a man in cold blood on his behalf. I heard people doing strange things for love, but this... does seem a bit unfathomable, to be sure. I'm all for romance and supporting your partner in life, to be sure. I don't think I would hesitate at murder. I hope you do more than hesitate. But what if a different connection could be proven? A connection between the witness and the victim? You might find that she had a personal motive beyond wanting to help her fiancé. I'll put things in a slightly different light. What possible connection are you suggesting here? You know what I'm starting to think? I'm starting to think that the police never looked inside that safe. I have to show evidence connecting connection between the witness, Miss Tiala, and the victim. Okay. It looks like a medical chart. Found inside a safe at the Maractus Clinic. I'd like to draw the court's attention to the names written on the chart. What? Miss Tiala, whatever. Why is your name on this chart? I'm fucking sweating now. Well, care to explain the meaning of this, Miss Tiala? I'm not sure what you mean by meaning, Mr. Justice. Our warm little fiancé just froze over. I was on staff at that clinic until half a year ago. It was boring, so I quit. That's it. Is there a problem with that? Miss Tiala, you testified that you had no connection to the victim. And I don't, now. Now? I quit half a year ago, didn't I? So there's no connection. Let me guess, you're the kind of guy who can't rest until he knows every last detail of his girlfriend's past. Am I right? That's not true at all. Why, I embrace the ones I love, past flaws and all. There's no connection now. Doesn't fly in the court of law. Doesn't fly? He's one tough nut. Probably feels right at home with the Kotakus. You left your job at the Maractus Clinic, true. But you remain connected somehow. Very well, Mr. Justice. Shows evidence that proves a witness is still connected to the Maractus Clinic. These sandals were found in the Maractus Clinic lobby. They're yours, aren't they? Ah. Well, who knows? I'm sure there are lots of people with those sandals. So sorry, Frau Lein, but your act isn't working. Your moment of hesitation just now cost you. What's with you? I thought you were on my side. Perhaps you're unaware that the toes leave toe prints. A simple analysis of these sandals will reveal all. Well, now we see your true colors. I was wrong to cooperate with you from the beginning. I just want you to help get Walkie back on the straight and narrow. This court thinks you need to worry less about Walkie and more about yourself. Sounds as though we need to hear a bit more about your story. Your sandals were found at the entrance of the clinic. This means you went there on the day of the murder. Well, there's little point in denying it. Very well, the witness will tell us about this visit. Why did you go to the Maractus Clinic that day? I did go to the clinic that day. My first time in half a year since I quit in January. Oh my god. I went to warn him. After all, I knew Walkie had a pistol. The doctor always was a timid man, too timid to admit his own mistake. Why else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secrets. I wanted to tell him to be careful, as an old friend. By mistake, you mean? The mistake we heard about from the defendant. The botched operation. He was a timid, small man, but I never wished him harm. I just thought I should let him know, you know? That does make sense. Yes, but there's still one thing, which does not. What's that, Prosecutor Gavin? These sandals left in the lobby, of course. We can assume she wore these sandals to the clinic, yeah? And why did she not wear them home? If I were me, I would have worn them home. I would have worn those sandals home too. So, why were the sandals left behind? Found out the contradiction before me. Probably a good explanation for this, right, Miss Tiala? Say, for instance, happened to be a similar pair of sandals there, which you wore home by mistake? Actually, that's right. I'm impressed, Mr. Gavin. Oh, it's nothing. There is, after all, no other possible explanation, yeah, Forehead? What the? No fair. She's filling in the holes of her testimony. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Want to warn him, after all, me walking out the pistol. Marcus is a timid man, too timid to admit his own mistake. Oh, that's what I have gone. I'm not hiding any dark secret. I tell him to be careful as an old friend. Broken bulb and a red stain on the cord. Alright, let's just start pressing. Around what time did you go to the clinic? I don't remember exactly, but it was after 9:30, I think. That's the first time you contacted Dr. Maractus in half a year? Of course it was. He wasn't the kind of boss you made friends with. So why did you go to the clinic that day? Do you want Dr. Maractus to run away? Well, after I failed to stop Walkie, I thought this was the only way to avoid the problem. Couldn't you have called? Why go in person? I called several times that evening, but no one was in. The victim was busy driving home until after 9 p.m. that night, remember? This was proven by this mirror yesterday, yeah? Thought if I warned him, he would run away for sure. Knowing the doctor. You mean that act of malpractice on Walkie, correct? He just told Walkie the truth from the beginning. None of this would have happened. True that operation was the start of this whole affair. Oh, of course. If he told him, it might have been erased by the Kitakis much earlier. A disturbing thought. You know that a Maractus clinic had ties to the Kitaki family. Probably couldn't have gone to the police even if you wanted to. That's why I knew I had to warn him. No dark secrets, eh? What? Look at me however you want, Mr. Justice. You won't find a thing. Hiding something, I know it. Must have some evidence that proves it, too. Free to think whatever you like. Went to that clinic with only one thought in mind. And tell him to be careful as an old friend. No dark secrets. Hmm. Well, then you'd be betraying Walkie, wouldn't you? No, I did it for him, for us. She went to warn him so their fiancé would not have to commit such a crime, yeah? I didn't want him to take my Walkie away. No way she went to that clinic just to warn him. You know why she went, Apollo? I want to figure out what really happened to at that clinic, and fast. Doctor was always a timid man, too timid to admit his own mistake. Else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secrets. They present the slippers here. Slippers used by the patients at the Maractus Clinic. Big toe found in the left slipper. Big toe print found in left slipper. Why don't you tell him to be careful as an old friend? Why she went, Apollo. I figured what would really happen to the clinic fast. I think that day, first time in half a year since I quit in January. I have no evidence to support that she was there at any other time. I went to warn him. After all, I knew Waki had the pistol. Yes. Doctor is always a timid man, too timid to admit his own mistakes. Why else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secrets. I want to tell him to be careful as an old friend. Not hiding any dark secrets. Do I present the slippers here? Why else would I have gone? I don't know, actually. Oops. No, it doesn't. I'm telling him to be careful as an old friend. Training Waki. I'm gonna warn him so your fiancé would not have to commit such a crime. I'm going to warn him. You know why she went, Apollo. Time did you go to the clinic? 9:30. Wasn't the kind of boss you made friends with. I'm gonna go to the clinic that day. Too many to admit his own mistake. I want Dr. Maractus to run away. Failed to stop Waki. Thought it was the only other way to avoid the problem. Couldn't you have called Wygo in person? Several times that evening, no one was in. I was busy driving home until after 9 p.m. at night, remember? Proven by the mirror yesterday. Wanted to run away for sure, knowing the doctor. He was a timid man, too timid to admit his own mistakes. He acted malpractice on Waki. told Waki the truth from the beginning. None of this would have happened. Operation was the start of this whole affair. Might have been erased by Itaki's much earlier. Well, Maractus Clinic has ties to the Kitaki family. Probably wouldn't have gone to the police even if we wanted to. Okay, learn him. Why else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secrets. I guess it's this? Because she knew about the botched operation. Alan Maractus Clinic, signed by Nurse Alita Tiala. I mean, yeah, it's a pretty dark secret. You've just been fucking hanging on to Waki this whole time. Objection! Okay, there we go. This chart was found inside the safe at the doctor's office. Yes? Why would this one chart be in that safe? Miss Tiala, you know why it was, don't you? Mind filling me in? Dr. Maractus didn't have the leisure of making mistakes. That's why he wrote up a false report and kept the truth locked away. Bad air, Doctor. And this is where you come in, Miss Tiala. The nurse who filed this chart was you, which means you knew about Waki's failed operation. Interesting. You were in the same position as Dr. Maractus. Kind of makes it hard to claim no connection, doesn't it? You're bold for a novice, I'll give you that. Mr. Justice, you must know I was only a nurse. The doctor is responsible for the chart's contents. This chart business does seem quite important. Please amend your testimony accordingly. Too bad, little attorney. Oh. Oh, I'm having a heart attack. My bracelet's reacting again. What is Apollo? I feel like my bracelet's tightened just now. Your bracelet. Just like yesterday. Like you said, when a witness is unsure of something, the nervous habit gives them away. But I can't see anything, Apollo. Hey? What's my bracelet reacting to? Wait, maybe. Yes, that has to be it. What has to be it? Your senses, Apollo. They must be sharper than mine. Huh? I can't see it, but you can sense it. I don't know about that, Trucy. I don't have some kind of special power or anything. Listen to me, Apollo. There's a weak point somewhere in Miss Tiala's testimony, but we don't know what her nervous habit is. Well, then what do we do? You have to perceive it yourself, Apollo. With your eyes and your senses. Up to me and my bracelet. I don't know why, but the bracelet helps. Somehow touching it helps me focus. Give it a shot and bring out the testimony. Let's start. Alright, let's try this. There it is. Fiddles with a ring on why would I go to the clinic now? Why would I Gotcha! Go to the clinic now? Why go to the clinic now for a half-full chart, you ask? But you know why you go now, don't you? I don't know what you're talking about. It was quite clear, Miss Tiala, you have a nervous habit. The moment you said the word now, you used your right thumb to fiddle with your ring. What? She was unsure, I saw it. Now, that's the key word. The chart wasn't part of your past. It was a clear and present threat. That's ridiculous. If that were the case, I would have had 6 months to do something about it. Indeed. Which means something happened quite recently. Something to make that chart a problem for you now. Got her on the ropes now, I can feel it. Time to strike the killing blow, with evidence. Miss Tiala, there's no use trying to hide it. The chart became a threat to you now, because of this. That would be... Walkie's checkup. A health checkup report, belonging to the defendant. The Kitakis are trying to get out of the business. The health checkup of this month was their first ever. What did you think when you heard about this? Eh? Oh, nothing. Why should I have to think anything? Oh? I think you were positively beside yourself. Because you were afraid. You knew what Walkie's chest x-ray would reveal. Ugh. A full half a year had passed since the operation. You thought you were home free. And that chart came back to haunt you. Fucking feathers. That's all, Your Honor. Whoa. What just happened? Did the witness just admit to lying? I sensed it. There's a great aura emanating from her forehead. Very cool. So the lady was lying, it seems. That's correct. She said she had no connection to the Maractus Clinic. But her connection was deep indeed, a bit too deep. If the Kitakis got a hold of this chart with her name, she'd be finished. Isn't that right, Miss Tiala? You guessed it. Order! Order! Oh, I did it. I broke her testimony. Amazing, Apollo. I didn't see that at all. Patty was right about you. But wait. Miss Tiala. It's true, that chart was bad news for me. That's why I went to meet the doctor that day. But that's all. I told him about Walkie and then went home. It appears this cross-examination is far from over. What? She had the truth from us, this is clear, yet it's not clear that this truth has anything to do with the case at hand. Very well, the witness will add this to her testimony. And we'll have a bit more cross-examination. Ah, I was so close. You're so close. Keep on her, Apollo. Nothing happened at all. I warned him and left. How did Dr. Maractus respond to the warning? Oh, he was quite surprised. Panicky, even. He wouldn't be scared to learn a Kitaki was after them. Incidentally, this court is not afraid of any mobsters. Why, we had a life-threatening situation just yesterday, right here in this courtroom. Yeah, real impressive the way you stood up to the attack of the amazing Mr. Hat, sir. After which I carried you back to your chambers. Sounds like the judge had quite a fright. Nothing happened in the Maractus office that day, huh? What about the mess we found? Something definitely happened in that office, Apollo. I know. We can't prove when it happened. Nor that Alita Tiala was anyway involved. Let's try putting some evidence up anyways. Anyway, she just went to the clinic to warn him. Nothing happened after that. I warned him and left. Nothing happened after all. I warned him and left. I could do the sandals, could do the slippers. Lamp, office with a broken bulb, and a red stain on the cord. Walkie's chart. Bullet. Found in the Maractus Clinic's safe. Squished from the impact with the back of the safe. If Alita had the gun, she could have went to the clinic to threaten Dr. Maractus to get the chart so she could dispose of it. Maybe. That'd be the second firing of the pistol would be into the safe. We don't know when this was fired, though. Son of a bitch. A bullet in the safe. Nothing happened the day of the... Nothing happened. I warned him and then left. Try the bullet. So I don't see any other reason for that bullet to be in the back of the safe. You say nothing happened in the doctor's office. I disagree. Take a look at this. What's that? It looks like a switched up ball of clay. Kind of like you, actually. This bullet was found in the Maractus Clinic office. Something did happen in that office, Miss Tiala. Enough of this joking around. The police investigated that clinic. Ah, but this was stuck inside the doctor's safe. Inside the safe? I guess the police didn't check that far. But there is a problem. How can you say that bullet was fired on that day? Weren't you the one who explained rifling marks to us? The pistol was taken from the Kitaki Mansion that day. If the marks on this bullet match the murder weapon, then that proves a firearm was discharged in that office on the day of the murder. Not bad, Air Forehead. Bailiff, have this bullet analyzed immediately. 30 minutes later, a report arrives. The rifling marks on both bullets are identical. Well, it seems as though the bullet in the safe was fired from the murder weapon. Perhaps the defense would like to state their position. The bullet in that safe proves one fact. A pistol was fired in that office on that day. And at the time of the firing, the safe was open. The safe which contained the top secret chart. I think someone was threatening Dr. Maractus. In order to open the safe? Only one person was in that position to do such a thing. Our witness, Alita Tiala. Order, order, order! Mr. Justice, where are you going with this? Are you accusing the witness? Alita Tiala knew everything about Walkie Kitaki's botched operation. She got engaged to him without telling him about it. As long as that bullet remained in his chest, his days were numbered. What if she married him and the bullet finally reached its destination? What? It reminds me. Apparently the Kitakis have been asserting themselves in lawful business practices. They're making quite a great deal of money. Fortune, if you will. Nefarious. So she planned to marry him just to get her hands on this fortune? Oh, fuck it, Walkie. Keep talking trash about my Alita. And I'll sue you, lawyer man. Huh, me? Yeah, you said you'd use my Alita. I think you mean accuse. Same difference. Well, you can't have her. She's mine. It was me. I shot that doctor. Me. She left me to die. He left me to die, so I let him die too. There in the park. What? Walkie? Just cool down a second, please. Keep your hands off my Alita, or I'll... Yeah. Miss Tiala. I'm sorry, it's been so long since I've laughed so hard. Something funny? Walkie, wake up and smell reality. Alita baby? The signature on the chart, the engagement. I mean, come on. It's so obvious. Even for a brainless, spoiled brat such as yourself. Alita? The honesty is like breath of foul air, Fräulein. Hey, I wasn't getting out of this clean, anyway. So, family fortune is what you're really after. That's right, I wanted the money. No way, that's whack. I ain't trying to hear that. Should have done the wedding earlier. Oh well. By the way, can I ask you a question? Who, me? I believe you said you were going to abuse me. Accuse. Of what crime, might I ask? Huh? Oh, I'm a bad girl, sure. I got close to that brat because I wanted his money. He was the one with the pistol. He could have fired into that safe after I'd already left the clinic. What? I would never do a thing like that. It was definitely that silly brat. Wait, but... What are you talking about? Trucy? You had the most elusive that chart was found. I didn't have the pistol now, did I? Well, you could have we could have taken walkies. You think he'd have mentioned that, no? All I've heard him say is, it was me, I shot him. That's only because he's trying to protect you. Sorry to intrude in this lovely conversation. The two of you are forgetting one critical point. What point? Certainly the Fraulein wanted the chart. You assume she threatened the doctor into opening the safe, but then... Wouldn't she have taken the chart? Oh. You see? That chart wouldn't have been left in that safe. Ah! He's right. Miss Tiala. Yes? It's clear to this court that you are not a very good fiancé. Oh, I'm flattered. Perhaps it's time you told us the truth. Tell us about yourself, including your actions and whereabouts on that day. Don't forget, you've proven that you were at the Maractus Clinic on the day of the crime. It seems very shallow for like the fourth game. Guess I went to the clinic that day to speak to the doctor. I wanted that chart, but I failed to get it, so I went back to the clinic later. I guess it's so that we can have a pretty clean break from Walkie. So that we're not, you know, actively being threatened by the Katakis. Because Walkie goes to jail for, like, Oops, my mouse is dying. For, whatever it is. Assisted murder. Not murder. Not assisted murder. Fucking... whatever. I wanted the chart, but I failed to get it, so I went back to the clinic later. In any case, I didn't shoot him. You didn't even have proof I stole a pistol, do you? And that brat was spotted in the park at the moment of the crime. Frankly, I don't think it matters if Dr. Maractus was shot in the temple or not. We were back later. The chart was dangerous. You understand? I needed to get rid of it. That's why I went that day. You couldn't get the chart then, could you? And later that night, Dr. Maractus was shot. Heard about the shooting, waited a day, and then I had to go back. No easy feat with the cops all over the place. Ah, that was you? Ah, Apollo. That sound came from behind the store. Yeah, I've about figured as much. So you're the burglar. That was you two. If only I had one more minute. Then I could have opened that safe and gotten the chart. What? That's trespassing, and brazen at that. Oh, is this a trial for trespassing now? Besides, you can't blame a girl for wanting to protect herself. They are gangsters, you know.
In any case, Mr. Justice, your cross-examination.
Committing a little crime to avoid the big one, eh? Went to the clinic that day to speak to the doctor. Okay. Well, the chart but failed to get it, so I went back to the clinic later. In any case, I didn't shoot him. You don't even have proof that I stole the pistol, do you? That brat was spotted in the park at the moment of the crime. Frankly, I don't think it matters if Dr. Maractus was shot in the temple or not. I guess we'll just start pressing. Why that day? That brat was uncontrollable. He was ready to kill. And that would bring in the police. And that chart would become evidence. And I'd be hung out to dry. But the police didn't check the safe, did they? Well, they went through the crime scene. Well, they thought the crime scene was the park. I'll make sure the responsible parties feel the heat. Such sloppiness won't be tolerated, yeah? I'm kind of thankful for that sloppiness myself, actually. later, when I heard what happened, well, I was too scared to do anything that day. So I waited until the day after. The 16th, was it? Of course, you and that meddling kid had to get in my way.
Why did Dr. Maractus keep that chart around? It was clearly dangerous for him. He could have burned it.
Because he's a coward. The chart was his insurance.
Insurance?
My signature on that chart, to be more specific. I made sure I couldn't betray him.
But you could have stolen it.
Could have? This is some new definition of proof.
We'll ask Walkie, he'll tell us.
Might I remind you, this is a cross-examination. You might want to keep your baseless theories to yourself.
Ah,
he's right, isn't he? Yeah, but what? You have nothing to say. This case is over. It was over the moment the brat was seen in the park. What's the point of dragging it out any further? Doctor was shot in the right temple, yes? So it seems? Let's review the facts again, shall we? Killer was shot from this location. The bullet would have struck our victim square in the forehead. However, the entry wound was in the right temple.
Yes, we heard the testimony on this yesterday.
At the time of the shooting, the witness was standing here.
Just before the gun was fired, he shouted. The victim turned his head to look and was shot.
But that testimony was proven to be a lie. Our egregious party, our egregious panty snatcher, Mr. Stickler, did witness the crime, but he was standing to the north, next to the trash can where he tossed those panties. If Mr. Stickler shouted from this location, the bullet couldn't hit his right temple. Silly, silly attorney. What? Remember what you had for breakfast that morning? Do you remember, Trucy? I always have a glass of milk for breakfast. What matters is one thing. The doctor was shot in his right temple. If that's the case, there can only be one explanation. The panties guy was mistaken. But his location was proven. You can't write that off as him being mistaken. Why don't you show us there, forehead? Show you? What? Must I explain everything? Very well, let's recap. If the witness panties guy was standing to the north, then where was the shooter standing? In what location did the killer shoot the victim? Well, wait, the witness was standing here. How could anyone shoot the victim in his right temple? I'm able to lay out the facts for us. It's up to the one possessing the shiny forehead to show us. If you can, that is. Wakikitaki was standing at the killer mark. Wesley Stickler was at the witness mark. And of course, Paul Maractus was at the victim mark. Let's hear what the defense has to say. Where's the killer standing when they shot the victim? Someplace else. As the facts stand now, we can't explain this crime without contradicting ourselves at some point. But I know why. The real killer shot from an entirely different location. What are you talking about? I don't see any other place.
Apparently Mr. Justice does. Let's hear it. Where in the park did the killer shoot the victim from?
It's time to raise the roof and the stakes. Eh? Penalties are such frightening things, don't you think? What if they were a bit more terrifying? Oh god, this fucking guitar. Ah, double time. Like so. Double penalty. Air Forehead wishes to take us in a new direction. And he must be ready for the challenges ahead. Challenge accepted. It's justice time. Are you sure, Apollo? The key is the witness, Mr. Stickler's testimony. We believed that, and we know where he stood, and the victim turned when he shouted. There's only one place the killer could have been. The killer shot the victim from here, inside the noodle stand. I believe we all owe a debt of gratitude to Miss Alita Tiala. Well, what do you mean? Thanks to you, we had a chance to review the crime. And this time, we were prepared. We know that Wesley Stickler was telling the truth. We should have listened to him from the beginning. Wesley Stickler was standing next to the trash can when he saw the two men. He shouted just as he told us in his testimony. And the victim turned to look in his direction. A shot was fired, the victim was hit in the right temple. Oh no. Oh yes. Which direction was his right temple facing at the moment? That's right, toward the noodle stand. Order, order, order! So you're saying the killer was inside the noodle stand? Let's think about this a bit more, shall we? Say the killer was inside the noodle stand, which would mean the victim, Dr. Maractus, came to the park, wheeling his own murderer in the cart behind him. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I think you'd notice if you were pulling someone along. There's something we should worry about before that. Why was he pulling the noodle stand in the first place? Let's deal with our problems one at a time, shall we? Someone was hiding in the stand. We've not come this far to talk without possibilities. Let's talk about proof, baby. Show us evidence that proves someone was in that stand. Can I prove that? You want evidence someone was in the stand? Bowls, I guess. Shows proof that someone was in the stand. Fuck it. I've got it right here. Intriguing. Let's see what you've got. Here's proof that someone was hiding inside the noodle stand. Bowl. Oh, it's Prosecutor Gavin. Best between heaven or hell. Either our brains are damaged or our foreheads is. Which I wonder it is. Ah, shit. Alright. Proof that someone was in the noodle stand. I don't have it. Do I have it? I don't have it. Where is the option for no? Slippers? I guess it's slippers. Right? Has to be slippers. It's gotta be slippers. The Maractus Clinic. And they're covered with paint. These slippers were found in the trash can near the crime scene. And a single slipper print was found at the scene. Right next to the noodle stand. Ah. Oh, and Miss Tiala, your toe print was found in the left slipper. Ugh. In other words, this is proof you were inside the noodle stand. Yeah. Yet there was only one slipper mark found at the scene. Can this be called a footprint in good faith? Observe the diagram. Path Parkway runs right next to the slipper mark. The slipper wouldn't leave a trace on cobblestone path. Yet you still cannot say this is a footprint, yeah? Why not? You have an impression left by a single slipper. What if it was on the stand and simply fell to the ground?
That's just dumb. One more thing. Noodle stand is typically cluttered with tools of the noodle making trade. There's no room for a person to ride in there. You have a point. Could someone have hidden inside the stand? Apollo, I think I might be onto something. I think I figured out one of our pieces of evidence. In order to make room for the stand, some things would have had to be... Well, Mr. Justice, you have proof that someone could have hidden inside the stand. I can prove one thing. Somebody did scheme to clear the space in the stand. Bowl. This is a noodle bowl stolen from Mr. Eldoon. Yeah, it's Eldoon. It is Eldoon. I don't know why I keep saying it Eldoon, but it's Eldoon. It's absolutely Eldoon. That's stolen from Eldoon's noodles stand. Eldoon's noodles noodle stand. Yes, and what about it? We discovered a large quantity of these bowls yesterday in the lobby of the Maractus Clinic. Large quantity of noodle bowls in the victim's clinic. Mr. Eldoon was very clear about those bowls. I don't care who did it. Without my stand, I'm finished. All my noodle bowls were in there, too. Yet the bowls were removed. That night, there was space inside the noodle stand. Space created at the Maractus Clinic, no less. Right around the time that you were in there, Miss Alita Tiala. Stop! I won't listen to any more of these wild fantasies. No, not fantasies. They're worse lies than that spoiled brat's pickup lines. I'd like to remind the witness of her current status. This court does not consider you entirely innocent. Show me an innocent, I'll show you a fairy tale. In any case, the defense has somehow made its point. The witness has both motive and opportunity to kill Dr. Maractus. More fairy tales, this whole trial is a fairy tale. Then please, pull us back down to reality, Miss Tiala. I'm giving you one last chance to explain yourself. This is it. Why was Dr. Maractus pulling that stand that night? What was Alita Tiala doing inside of it? Time to get to the bottom of this case. That night I went to ask Dr. Maractus for the chart. I had no intention of ever letting the chart fall into the Kataki family's hands. Dr. Maractus didn't understand. For some reason he thought the Katakis had sent me. So I gave up and went home. All I did was talk to him. You knew about the botched operation. So you tried to get rid of the chart to save yourself. I don't make excuses. And I did warn the good doctor. I gave him a chance. Told him that Brad's got his health checkup report. And that he was coming to settle the score. I see. Very well, Mr. Justice. Begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. This is the last testimony. God, is it? I hope so. It's already been an hour. Either I perceive the truth or it's over. Could be the first one. Can't be the second. It sent me. So he did go to steal that chart. Were you listening? I said I asked him for it. The victim was a man in good health. I don't see how she could have coerced him. True, it would have been impossible without a pistol. What if she did have a pistol? I'll admit I wanted the chart, that much was true. My reason was simple. Now, let's take a look. That night I went to ask Dr. Maractus for the chart. Okay. Certainly would have put a damper on your wedding plans, I'd say. Not only that, if the Katakis had gotten that chart, I'd probably be with Dr. Maractus right now, pulling that great noodle stand in the sky. Seems our witness was in the fix as well. Who'd want to die pulling a noodle stand? Would not die? It would be by disappearing mysteriously in the middle of a magic act.
It would be a little less morbid, please.
You see, I needed that chart.
Dr. Maractus didn't understand. You didn't understand?
He wouldn't listen to a word I was saying. The moment he saw me, he started to tremble. Aha! I thought, what a sad excuse for a man.
Please don't smile like that anymore. It's creepy.
He was practically delusional.
For some reason he thought the Katakis had sent him. They sent you?
He thought the Katakis had sent me to get the chart.
Makes some sense. You are their son's fiancé.
Don't make me laugh. The Katakis send me. They don't play that way. If they'd known about the chart, they would have gone in there with guns blazing. I couldn't convince the trembling doctor otherwise.
I gave him one home. All I did was talk to him. Let's take a look.
Gotcha!
Fiddling with her scarf. All I did was talk and lie.
What? Show me proof. Pretty sure about this one. I am getting the hang of this. A little slip in confidence, and they give it all away.
The proof is you, Miss Tiala. All you did was talk to him, you claim. You can't hide your own nervous twitch when you say those words.
My twitch? What are you talking about?
You have a habit of scratching the area around your neck, just around the edge of your scarf.
What?
This is working better than I'd hoped. Her unconscious actions are telling the truth she won't say. Habits and lies. 2 dots. Connect the dots and find the truth.
Don't look at me like that.
I told you the truth. It seems that when you recall what really happened in the office, you can't keep your hands off your neck, can you? Seems that nervous habits are unconscious reactions that manifest when someone's trying to hide something. Oh. Did Maractus go at her with the... try and strangle her with the lamp? Whoa. So you're gonna have fucking... If she's gonna have, like, bruises around her neck? You can't hide behind your scarf, Miss Tiala. Something happened between you and the victim in the Maractus Clinic office. And I've got proof that shows exactly what happened. Lamp.
What's that?
Touching your scarf again.
There's something unusual about this lamp.
The bulb was broken, and there's a red splotch on the cord. Hey? Seeing how you hide your neck, I think I could come up with a plausible explanation for the lamp's state.
Well, spit it out. This talking circles nonsense is killing me.
Very well. The answer is very simple, Miss Alita Tiala. Please remove your scarf. Eek! They definitely got into a physical altercation.
Objection!
This is a trial to determine what happened in that park. We seem to have drifted off target.
Objection!
We'll find out soon enough if we're drifting. As soon as the witness removes her scarf.
I won't do it. This is insane. I'm an unrelated third party.
You can't order me to remove my clothing. Miss Tiala, I'm afraid you've forgotten what's already been proven.
What?
You're hardly unrelated. Please remove your scarf.
No. No!
I knew it. So I was right, wasn't I, Miss Alita Tiala? Oh, yeah! Your neck. That isn't what I think it is it? Something did happen that night at the Maractus Clinic. You needed to get that chart back no matter what it took. Even if you had to steal your fiancé's pistol to do it. But wait! Looking at this lamp and the witness's neck, looks like the very opposite happened. Exactly. The victim in the clinic that night was this witness, specifically
You tried to threaten Dr. Maractus and he attacked you. That's what happened the night of the Maractus clinic. Eek! What is going on? Or like, the part of her dress was trying to fly away. What? Order, order, order. Will someone please tell me what really happened? I told you the truth already. I went to that clinic that night to warn Dr. Maractus. That gangster knows everything. He's coming for you. It looks like my clinic's seen this last patient. We have to get rid of that chart. Quick, open your safe. Give it to me. You can save your own skin? What? I know what you're up to. You aren't in with the family. And if they see that chart, you're finished. Leave me holding the short straw. What if I'm going down? I want some company, you. And what happened next? He jumped at me and knocked me to the floor. Then he took that cord. Jesus Christ. Oh, this is intense. Paul Maractus was serious, deadly serious. He really tried to strangle me. I must have blacked out.
So, you were the victim.
And the red splotch on the cord was your lipstick. I didn't want to remember that night. That's why I didn't bring it up. There, are you happy now? I was out cold, almost killed. And you claim that I then snuck into that noodle stand. But how could I?
Ah!
He looks like a fucking... looks like a Hoovian.
Well, one thing is clear. We now know what really happened on that night at the Maractus clinic. It would seem that our victim is not entirely without blame himself.
I'm sorry. I get so nervous just thinking of it. It's hard to breathe. Told you everything. Can I go home now?
You bear some responsibility for the events that day, true. Yet if you were also a victim, this court would owe you some sympathy. Well, Mr. Justice, I believe this clears up the remaining questions for Miss Tiala.
When did this happen? Suddenly everyone's sympathizing with her. I don't know what to think anymore, Apollo. I mean, is that it? Do we know everything we need to know about Miss Tiala?
Very well. This finishes the cross-examination of this.
Again with the guitar solo, it's so funny.
Not so fast. This party is just getting started. Now we rock.
What?
Those spikes on your head are softer than they look. I do not have the stomach to go all the way. Prosecutor Gavin? Paul Maractus choked Alita Tiala. She fell unconscious. What happened next?
He's right. There's more we don't know. But she was choked hard enough to leave that mark. She would have been out for a while. Even still, what if it was her in the noodle stand? Alita Tiala half dead, Dr. Maractus pulling that stand. And a bullet fired from inside the noodle stand. What if it's all true? We might have already figured out what truly happened that night.
Okay. Now the pictures come together. Miss Alita Tiala, as you can see, we're not through with you just yet.
You really want to blame me for this murder, don't you? You too, Prosecutor Gavin.
Me, Fraulein, I only wish to know the truth. Well, let's go back over what we learned up till now. On the day of the murder, Waki saw his checkup report, from which he learned about the bullet still inside him. So he took a pistol from the family stash, with the intent to give Dr. Maractus some of his own medicine. And Miss Tiala heard about all this from Waki, so she went to the Maractus clinic ahead of him, in order to get rid of the chart with her signature. But then, something happened.
Sounds like you figured it all out. But remember, I was the victim. I was out cold.
But what about Dr. Maractus? Does seem to be the problem. He had just strangled Alita Tiala, perhaps he thought, to death. What did he do after his crime?
I was just knocked out, not dead.
From the state of his clinic and the scene of the park, I think it's clear what the good doctor did next. Well, Air Forehead, care to guess? Well, Mr. Justice, what did Dr. Maractus do?
Maybe he did think he killed Alita Tiala. Do I have evidence to show what he did next?
Noodle stand.
As his next move, Dr. Maractus stole Guy Eldoon's noodle stand. What killing me disturbed him that much? So he randomly stole a noodle stand? It wasn't so random. Remember, all the bowls in the clinic's foyer? Bowls that belonged inside the stand? I think it's pretty obvious, don't you? What stand was at the clinic? However, the question is, why did he remove the bowls? Maybe because the stand was heavy. Or he wanted to put something in the stand in their place.
Ah. Wait, you don't mean...
I do. Dr. Maractus did replace those bowls with something.
Your corpse, Miss Tiala?
My corpse? Dr. Maractus panicked. He thought he'd killed you.
His next move would have been to dispose of the body.
That's crazy talk. You're all crazy. Let's think about it logically. The doctor had a place to dispose of you in mind. But on his way there, who should he run into but the defendant, Waki Kataki?
I question your logic.
What's this, Prosecutor Gavin?
The park is a dead end. Why would he head in that direction to begin with?
That's right, he had no reason to go there. Oh, now I get it. It was a trick. That spoiled brat made him do it. He made the doctor steal the stand.
Tell me, why would someone go to a dead end?
Unless the park was his destination. What?
Is this really so hard to get, Tiala? He was gonna dump your body in the river. Apparently the defense has an idea.
Tell us where Dr. Maractus was heading with the stand.
Here, please show us on this diagram.
Where exactly was this victim dragging the stand?
There? That's a river.
Yes, Your Honor. I scarcely need to explain why.
Perfect place to dispose of a body.
He was going to throw me in that river?
He didn't have many other options, Fraulein.
I believe this clears up all the remaining questions. The victim pulled the stand, the defendant before him. And inside the stand, you, Miss Alita Tiala. And then, the denouement. Wesley Stickler, of the panty-snatching fame, walks up. Seeing the two men, he shouts. In that instant...
That looks really goofy.
So I shot him. You were the only one who could have stolen Waki's pistol. It had to be you.
Well, Miss Tiala.
Nice work. You mean I'm right? I mean, you've done a fine job dreaming up a story. To get that spoiled brat off the hook. Or the one who's dreaming. Apollo's backed up everything he said with facts. If you're so sure he's making it up, give us another reason. Why was Dr. Maractus pulling that stand through the park? Who knows? But there's one gaping hole in your logic. I think Mr. Gavin knows whereof I speak.
Where of what?
I can't believe she's still trying to deny this.
Is this true, Prosecutor Gavin? Must I always be the one to point out Air Forehead's errors? Maybe there really is something. I believe the Fraulein speaks of her doctor's car.
His car? That's right. The Maractus Clinic has a big garage.
In which sat a green sports car, was it?
Why would he steal the stand in the first place? If he wanted to carry a body, he would have used his car. And so he found a victim without probable cause to steal that stand.
And an offense without a case.
I have an idea. You know that green car. I bet it wouldn't run. It was broken.
What an excellent counter-argument, Fraulein. Too bad you're quite wrong.
Eh?
Don't tell me you've forgotten what happened to your daddy.
Daddy? That's right. That night, the car hit Mr. Wright. Was that green sports car?
Well, yes, I nearly... Oh, God.
Why? Oh no! Why is it the pair of panties is going to be the thing that is the last evidence I present? I hate this. God! I have to present Trucy's panties again because you stuffed them in the exhaust pipe so it wouldn't turn on. Because Wesley stuck them in the exhaust pipe. Afterwards, he drove it back to the garage. It ran fine. That's right. So why didn't he use his beloved sports car, Ugh. A glaring contradiction, to be sure. More glaring than your forehead. No, no! I hate that. I hate that I know where this has to go. Order, order. Well, Mr. Justice, why didn't Dr. Maractus use his car to carry the body? That a grown a surrender, I hear. Some advice. Now's a good time to review all you know. Everything you've learned over the last 2 days. Everything I've learned? Mr. Justice, this contradiction casts doubt on your entire case. This is truly your last chance. The defense will explain to us what happened that night. He carried the body in the car. The car didn't run. Someone else stole the stand. The car didn't run. I have an idea. It's all coming together. It's a stupid-ass idea. That night, Dr. Maractus couldn't use his car. Ha! Now you're making even less sense than usual. Not according to my information, Miss Tiala. Put one and one together and the explanation is simple. If it's so simple, perhaps you can show us some evidence. Show us some proof why the car wouldn't start that night. Let's see now. Panties, again! All sorts of things come out of my panties. Even the truth. Another crime was committed the night of the murder. The theft of these panties. The latest in a string of similar thefts, actually. But that night, the snatcher was caught in the act. A brave young girl chased the thief until he hid. In the Maractus Clinic garage. What? The snatcher hid the panties there before running. Perhaps someone in this court remembers where he hid them? Why? Weren't they found in the car's exhaust pipe? Exactly. By the way, I learned something yesterday. A very important piece of information. And I learned it from you, Prosecutor Gavin. So you were here investigating? I was on my way home when my hog gave up the ghost. Your hog. My motorcycle won't start. Clogged exhaust pipe. Too bad, it looks like such a nice bike, too. Hard to believe it could break just from that. Cars, motorbikes, they're all the same. Clog the exhaust and they won't run. My, how interesting. While Miss Tiala and the doctor were struggling, the panty snatcher snuck into the Maractus garage. From that time until the time we found these, that car wouldn't start. What? That's why Dr. Maractus had to use the noodle stand. It was the next closest thing you could think of. This is awful. Well, Miss Tiala, this wraps your doubts up quite nicely, I think. So it does. Where am I? So dark, I can't see. Cramped. Pain, my throat's burning. What's your problem? You doc, I know what you did. Ah. Lucky? You lied to me. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine, man. Wait, let me explain. Fine, I'll give you your last request. Listen, you're being tricked, but that's not how you think. Not just me. No. I'll ruin everything. You have to stop him. Ceases at once, you two. God, this was so fucking complicated. This was cartoonishly obtuse. Funny, this isn't quite the way it was supposed to turn out. Oh well, too bad.
Still one mystery. How did you manage to disappear from that stand?
In the silence after the shot, I heard the witness running.
I believe we heard as much from Wesley Stickler.
He went to use a public phone to inform the police. Which is when I made my escape. Which is when you left that slipper print. Dr. Maractus didn't bother taking my slippers off. I threw them out after I stepped on the paint, though.
That was your mistake.
No, my biggest mistake was coming to you for help, Mr. Justice.
Eh?
I believed in you. You and your anything agency. If anyone would get Walkie declared guilty, it was you.
Jeez, thanks. She had no faith in us whatsoever. She thought we were absolutely gonna get Walkie thrown in jail. I believe we've reached a conclusion of sorts. Yeah, of sorts, definitely. Prosecutor Gavin, how is Miss Alita Tiala doing?
She's confessed everything.
Processing her arrest now.
Prosecutor Gavin sure does seem calm for someone who just lost. I think he already knew. He figured out she was the killer a while ago.
Some advice, now's a good time to review all you know. Everything you learned in the last 2 days. He lost, but he didn't exactly win either. Something the matter, Forehead? Looks like it's time to announce a verdict. Not guilty, hoorah! Why do you got your hands in your back pocket, Walkie? Who does that? Court is adjourned. God, it's been fucking so long. Court starts at 10 o'clock. It's been like 6 hours in game.
Great job, Apollo. You did it.
Yeah, we did, somehow.
Walkie's off the hook. Free to become the gangster he's always wanted to be.
And he has you to thank. Hey, attorney man. You're gonna pay for what you did to my Alita, Holmes.
Or to blame, I guess.
Give me my Alita back. Stupid pointy-headed training with the death wish. Enough, Walkie.
Mr. Kataki.
It's like time you opened your eyes, Walkie.
What do you know, old man? I think it's about time you opened yours. Giving up the life, trying to become some kind of businessman.
Don't talk about what you don't understand, Walkie.
I'm afraid the guard is going to throw them both out.
If not in jail, wouldn't that be a happy ending?
Hey, maybe we can help them out. We know why Mr. Kataki needs to make money so much. Maybe we should tell Walkie. Oh, Walkie, Apollo has something to tell you.
Huh? I do?
Way to put me on the spot.
Hey, what's that?
What's the reason why, Apollo?
Probably one of the charts. He has to make a bunch of, like... He has to make a bunch of clean money so to get an actual doctor to perform Walkie's surgery. Think about it, Walkie. Think about your condition. I talked with your mother, Little Plum, yesterday. It pays, but we need a lot of money right now. Clean money, that is. She doesn't mean... You aren't really... Are you? I searched the globe. I found one. Doctor can take that bullet out of you, Walkie. But it's an expensive procedure.
Man, but you got plenty of money already, don't you?
I won't use it. It was a gangster life that did this to you, Walkie. I wanted to help you. I want you to do it clean. Oh! It lies! Please understand, Walkie.
Dad.
Yeah, I see how it is, old man. Always looking out for me.
Walkie?
Listen good, old man. One day, I'm gonna take you out. Then we'll see who's the OG. Trying to hide your business too, and I'll find you. Stupid old geezer.
My, Walkie.
Oh, it's as it should be.
Mr. Kataki. I liked him more without the puppy dog eyes.
I'm glad to have met you. Not so good with words. But I know a professional job when I see one. Thank you.
Who, me?
I don't think... Maybe someday. I'll bake you one of our latest, the Kataki Lime Pie.
He's opening a pie shop?
So long.
And he was gone. Well, let's head back, Apollo. To the Right Anything Agency. Hey, since when do I work at your agency? Oh, we make a good team. I'll just stand there. Let's get going.
Huh.
Why not? She did help me out. And there's a few questions that still need answers. Like this power of mine that she showed me. And my bracelet. Anyone can help me figure it out. It's her. Well, I can't say I care much for what her father has become. Oh, that's right. We have to go someplace first. Huh? Where? Why to claim a reward from Mr. Eldoon?
Ah. Salty noodles.
Right. You got a stand back already? Oh, and after that, you can come see my show. With a special appearance by the amazing Mr. Hat. Stop taking that out in the defendant lobby. You're gonna get us arrested.
Oh, it's special, alright.
Please, anything but him. God damn it, Trucy. There we go. That's chapter 2 of Apollo Justice. God, that was fucking... That was so complicated. That was so much. Like... What? What?
Turnabout Serenade. Let's rock. What does that hair do? We love you. Rock on, everyone. This party's not over yet. Get our handkerchiefs for our special guest. That's right, baby. Night's just getting started. Thank you for coming to the Gaviners. Gavineers? Since the first part of the show. Now be a 20-minute intermission. July 7th, 8:05 p.m. Backstage hallway.
This is so cool. Us at a Gavineers concert. Huh? Did you say something? My ears are still ringing.
Gavineers, putting the sick back in music.
Well, I thought Mr. Gavin was really nice. Sending us those tickets at 20% off. They're hard to get a hold of, you know. When you invite people to a concert, it's usually free. Let's head to his dressing room, Apollo. You know, like we're a couple of VIPs. I've always dreamed of being a VIP at a Gavineer show.
Trucy.
You didn't know who Prosecutor Gavin was before this case? You didn't know who Prosecutor Gavin was before this case. What kind of fan doesn't know the lead vocalist's name? Oh, this guy, well, he's more like a prince, really. Let us in. Calvier. What a lovely name. He's so dreamy. Yeah, but I'm a girl. I'm supposed to swoon over gods of rock. God awful, maybe. Oh, that's cute. Ah, that's really cute. I like that sprite. How about all their stuff on the way home from the trial? We got 12 Gavineer albums and 15 concert videos. That's quite a bit of impulse shopping. I got an advance on my next 15 years worth of allowance. For Mr. Wright, that sounds like a real act of generosity. Oh, fucking hell. Would have imagined me here. At a Gavineers concert, watching Prosecutor Gavin rock. To be honest, he was kind of cool, and I'm kind of envious. Not that I'd ever admitted that to Trucy. What is this fucking abomination? What is this dressing room? Why is there a red bat badger? Why is he sad? What is the police shit? What is happening here? Ah, you made it. Mr. Gavin, thanks so much for the tickets.
And for the invoice you sent along with them.
You're incredible up on stage, Mr. Gavin.
Nothing like music to brighten the mood after a trial, yeah? And we're almost ready for our next act. Looking forward to it myself. Oh no. La Miroir? La Miroir? La Miroir.
La Miroir is singing, right? The siren of the ballad.
Oh yeah. The flyer said she was all the way over for the show. That's right, I'm having to catch a show while overseas. Her voice is divine. I knew I had to invite her to perform with us.
La Miroir says, you praise me too highly.
Whoa, who's this guy? He's huge! Now, let me introduce Mr. Romain Latouche, La Miroir's manager, and her interpreter, incidentally. It's a great honor for us to be here. It is a great honor for us to... Oh, fuck. It is a great honor for... whatever. It's a great honor for us to be here. Great honor for La Miroir to be heard in this country. Is she French?
What? That's not French! Why is she speaking in hieroglyphs?
That voice. I wish you could understand it. It's beautiful.
Sure. Oh, it's La Miroir. I'm actually in La Miroir.
La Miroir. Mysterious songstress. A quiet, deep song glides through the air, lilting above a sparse but elegant piano accompaniment. Now this music, she's a real artist. La Miroir says, we have long looked forward to this joint performance. Ah, La Miroir. Your voice. It is art. Yet without his piano to guide me, it is but a voice. Who the fuck?
I've seen this kid somewhere before. He plays piano at all of La Miroir's concerts. He's cute, and he's a really good pianist.
Good pianist, a dying breed, I hear. Allow me to introduce Machi Topeye. He is blind. This is why he never strays far from La Miroir. They always stay together. Like characters from some fairy tale.
La Miroir is so, what's that word? Exotic. And mysterious.
She does seem quite pretty. At least... Well, what's it say? At least her eyes do. Hers is a kind of sightseeing music. Huh? She travels the globe, putting the sights she sees into her songs. Even though her appearance and voice are exotic, her songs remind us of something close and warm.
Sights into song. That's poetic.
It was gracious enough to put her music into my lyrics tonight. The guitarist serenade. Hope you enjoy it.
I can't wait.
And now it is time. For the next part, we're giving the Gaviniers hard rock a little rest. La Miroir, stage is yours. The band members will not play during La Miroir's ballad. Only Machi's tender notes and La Miroir's dulcet voice. And my guitar, of course.
Whoa. Nights like this make it all worthwhile, you know?
I should have learned to play the guitar. There's not much romance in chords of steel. Shall we hit the stage, then?
Good luck, Mr. Gavin.
Take care of your heart. Your heart's aren't stolen away, yeah?
Let's get back to the concert hall, Polly.
Are they models? They are. I think they are. I am not sure now. That one's not. This one is. Oh. What? 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 What happened, Gavin? Why is your guitar on fire? What happened?
Wow, wasn't Lemoire amazing? I even cried a little. I was surprised Prosecutor Gavin actually burned his guitar. Yeah, that even surprised me, and I'm a magician. What a production. What a destruction.
What a destruction.
I don't think Prosecutor Gavin was expecting it either, oddly. He looked as surprised that I was. Is that what they call risking life and limb for art? I think he's my new hero.
I'm not sure I'd call that art.
Well, what are we doing here? Let's get going to Mr. Gavin's dressing room. There's 20 minutes to the last part of the show.
How many breaks does this band need? Yeah, here's dressing room. The heck was that? I was never consulted about it. Sorry, Mr. Gavin, sir. I've asked the man in charge. I played new rock, not great balls of fire. Speaking of fire, I have a good mind to fire who's ever responsible.
He seems upset.
Apollo Justice, were you the one who tried to torch me?
Hey, I didn't do it! So much for risking your life for art.
Guitar Serenade is ruined. Ruined!
Well, let's try to talk to him at least.
I'm not sure that's the best move right now. What the fuck happened?
You mean the guitar? That wasn't part of the act?
Part of the act? We burned a guitar on purpose.
But it worked really well with the lyrics just then. Burning on my heart, fire, burning on my love, anyway, burning my love away, all away.
Wait, you think the audience thought it was? I don't think he got lucky.
They probably thought it was part of the act. At least I did.
He got lucky and he didn't realize it. Anyway, the guitar was with Ferrari guitars. All the speed, all the sound, and all the price. If I burned one of those at every show, I'd go broke. Unusually frugal for a rock band.
Try saying that to Mr. Gavin.
Ach, Stone. Today's been one disaster after another. My hog won't run, my guitar case is broken.
Daddy told me there's always be days like this. Wasn't Lemoire's song incredible? You worked on it too, right, Mr. Gavin?
Ah, yes, thanks. It was a collaboration. I wrote the lyrics and she wrote the melody.
You know, I was surprised she could sing in English.
I'm sure she had practiced a long time for this day. Ah, here. What's this? Lyric sheet, and it's yours. Signed by myself and Lemoire.
Yippee, thanks so much.
Will I ever get to sign our clients' defense agreements? Almost time for the third act of the night. Are you gonna fucking explode? The guitar's serenade, sugar, sugar, oh that night in your embrace. When you stole the keys away, my heart held on so tight. Pleasure, pleasure, but the fleeting melody wraps itself around me, and now through the air I fly. Whoa, whoa. Burning on in my heart, fire. Burning my love away, all away. Like a bullet of love, fire. Take my life away, all away. Guitar, guitar, up together in the sky. These lyrics suck. Almost time for the third act of the night.
Oh, there's more?
Yes, Lemoire's part is done. Now it's time for us to drop the groove again, yeah? Hope you're ready to catch it.
Woohoo! Ready, Apollo?
I think I'll pass. Huh? I like the bit with Lemoire. The rest could use a volume knob. Turned way down.
Ah, Apollo, you're getting old.
Ah! Does 22 qualify as old to a 15-year-old? Yes.
fucking 17 qualifies as old to a 15-year-old. Well, I'm going.
Let the old folks rest backstage, yeah? Time to rock.
Hey, you're older than I am.
All right, let's poke around. Police uniform. Next to it, a policeman's hat and a pair of handcuffs. I guess the band's really into the police. Must be Prosecutor Gavin's bad influence. I thought rock and roll is about being rebellious. The police officer looks ready to rock. Some kids must see this and actually want to be cops. Somehow I don't think a rock defense attorney would work too well. That's an odd guitar. The design is that character I saw in the hallway, but with sunglasses. What a strange mascot. He looks like he's crying. This one was rock about crying. I should name this guy Emo. Postcard of L'Amour. Can't read a single word of the sentence on the bottom. Kirsten might want one of these. I'll show it to her next time we're here. Delicious bowl of stew. Made of plastic. Huh? The bottom of the bowl has a G on it. They sell these at concerts? Whatever happened to t-shirts? What? What? That guitar looks like it was made out of a cop car door. That's right. She's not here to set me straight. Now I feel kind of lonely. There's graffiti on the mirror. In lipstick. Wait, but the Gaviniers are all guys. Maybe Prosecutor Gavin wears lipstick. Listen, don't shame him. Chains dangle from the ceiling. They aren't glamorous, but I bet Detective Sky would have something to say about them. An old-fashioned speaker hangs from the ceiling. Must be to monitor what's happening on stage. I think we had the same kind for my school's PA system. Thick leather gloves and sunglasses. Maybe I'll try these on. On second thought, no. Might be evidence for one of Prosecutor Gavin's cases. I think that's everything here. Let's move. Backstage hallway. Hey, it's you, that right kid. Detective Sky! I'll let that right kid business pass. Call me Emma. There's no need for titles once you've shared a bottle of fingerprint powder. That's a new one. So, Emma, what are you doing here? Isn't it obvious? I'm snacking. You think I want to be here? Me in charge of security in this pit. Security? Did something happen? There's no knowing what that glimmer's flop. Apparently, he's all upset because something was stolen. He wanted security back here during the concert. Where does he get off acting like he's some big rock star? He is a big rock star. Hey, you listening to me? So, where's this door here lead to? This one? That's Amour's dressing room. Don't even think of going in there, unless you want a piece of snackaroos in your face. Is she ever in a good mood, I wonder? Emma? I've never seen someone eat snacks with such vehemency. Better give her a wide berth. You snackarooed me. Alright. Let's poke around. What is this? What's this? Some kind of headset earpiece? Why would someone leave this in the hallway? Maybe L'Amour's bodyguard dropped it. Emma! Can you stop eating those snacks for 1 second and listen? Ha! I think you're gonna pull me away from my snacks just to hear you mumbling. On and on about whatever you're going to be sorely disappointed. At least I got her to stop munching. What's that odd-looking doll doing here? Oh, that's the blue badger. You try either talking or munching, but not both. You snackarooed me. Serves me right for going out of my way.
Sorry, I don't speak snackaroos. Come to think of it, I'm a little thirsty. I'll have some tea. I think I'll get a waiter. I think I'll go to water. I'll have tea. I want tea so bad, buy it yourself. She snackarooed me. I'll take a tea. Gavin is guilty as charged tour poster. Blasted all over the place. It's annoying. Well, this is a concert venue. It makes sense. Oh, everyone's already here. Why advertise to them? I'd like to see the poster at a concert. It's part of the experience. Do you have to find a fault with everything I say? It's not. She snackarooed me. That's a pretty sturdy looking box there. Maybe it's an instrument case. There's a guitar next to it. I didn't even think about taking that. I don't think I could even carry it. She snackarooed me. Let's prosecute Gavin's, the Gavineer's dressing room. There's so much to handle on that door and I'll snackaroo you. Hold on. But I just came out of there. Don't play smart with me. This is Lamar's dressing room. You even think about going in there? I'll... Fuck! What was that? Oh, shit! Was that a gunshot? Something's going on. You, out of my way. Emma! Lamar! It's not locked. I'm going in. My 7th, 9:30 p.m. Lamar's dressing room. Oh, that's two gunshots. That's two gunshots in the wall there. It's an awful noise. Oh, it's the concert. Okay. Ah, it's Lamar's manager. What's his name? Latouche. Oh no. Hey, you. Me? Watch this room for me. I have to call for backup. Right, understood. You want to make sure no one comes in, right? Don't touch anything. We'll be right back. What's going on? I just talked to him now and... Ugh. He's alive! Mr. Latouche, can you hear me?
Shot. I was shot.
Who shot you?
I don't know. Ask.
Ask what?
Ask. Witness.
Witness? There was a witness? Who?
Cold. So cold. Witness.
You're cold? Don't worry, you're gonna be fine. Help is on the way.
Can't see.
Hang in there, Mr. Latouche. Tell me, who is this witness?
The witness is Siren.
Siren? How can a siren witness anything? Mr. Latouche! Emma? What was that? Who's there? What's wrong? Emma, did you see anyone just now? Huh? No. I could have sworn I heard a door close. Concert's been cancelled. Backup's on the way. Is Mr. Latouche... He's dead, isn't he? That's terrible. I lost him. Shit! Romain Latouche, shot. I heard his last words. The witness is the siren. Whatever that means. Who the fuck? Who the fuck is this? What does this shark fucking look like? Venue's locked down. We took names and addresses before letting the crowd go. Good work, Darren. Darian? Darian. Darian? Darian. Let you know if I find out anything about the victim. Later. It's investigation time, then. Yeah, Fräulein Detective? I don't need some rock and roll prosecutor to tell me that. One request I must make. Tell no one on staff or otherwise anything of this. Oh, a gag order. No word gets out other than that Mr. Latouche is dead. No word of the cause of death or the murder.
Tell no one, not even Lamar. Tell no one, not even Lamar? Not even her. Must keep everything under wraps. Oh, one other thing. Need your signature on this there, forehead. Yours too, Fraulein. On that, An investigation request? Why just us? You two are civilians. Standard procedure. That should be okay to sign, I think. Prosecutor Gavin's investigation request signed with great reluctance. Investigation request. Information concerning the crime is to be restricted to police and related parties. Right, well, get started with the investigation. I'm on it already. One tip for you. Huh? Me? Try not to get in the Fraulein detective's way. To ensure the efficiency and secrecy of our investigation, the bearer is hereby ordered to speak to no one outside the investigation concerning any details of the case. In a foul mood today. Gee, I wonder why. You fucking strong-armed her into running security for you. We're all questions as witnesses. No, none of us can go home. We'll investigate, alright. Our own way. Somehow, I don't see us getting back to the crime scene anytime soon. I still can't believe I was there when it happened. Not an experience I care to repeat anytime soon. There's no time for navel-gazing. Let's crack this case. I worry about Trucy. She seems to have a very loose idea of what it means to be an attorney. Of course, that's not surprising considering who your father is. Something the matter? No, let's get cracking. I'm the only one who was there. The only one who heard Mr. Latouche's last words. The witness is Siren. First order of business is to find out what he meant by siren. Time to re-examine everything. What's that? It looks like some kind of future phone. Not a phone, it's a transceiver. Called a headset. What's a headset doing on the floor? Wait, do you think Mr. Latouche might have been wearing it? Like one of those bodyguards? I don't think he was wearing one when we first met. The LED on this thing is still lit. It must be on. That's the Blue Badger, the police mascot. Does the Blue Badger have something to do with the band? Well, yeah. Blue Badger is Gavinews' mascot, too. Huh, go figure. I hear those things fly off the shelves. I'll have to take a closer look at one someday. Wasn't the joke that it was such a shitty mascot? For just the local police station? Looks like an instrument case, a big instrument case. There's a great magic trick you can do with one of these. Huh? What kind? The miraculous beautiful girl escapes the case illusion. So it's the girl who's miraculous, not the escapee? Not the escape? So picky. The concert poster for Guilty as Charged tour. I love that name, Guilty as Charged. Seems kind of negative to me. Well, why don't we do the opposite? Magician Trucy presents Innocent as Charged tour. It kind of loses its impact, doesn't it? I'm thirsty, Apollo. Want something to drink? How about this one? A Steel Samurai Soda. Now in real steel flavor? Huh? Here, my treat. Hey, this isn't enough change. Machines outside are cheaper. This one is highway robbery. Jack up the prices in the of the machines in the venue? That's real shifty. Lemoire's dressing room. The scene of the crime. We're not supposed to go in there. But aren't we involved? Aren't we duty bound to investigate? Sadly, no. Though the situation being what it is, now may be our best chance to do some snooping. That's the Gavineers' dressing room. Crime scene was Lemoire's dressing room. Next door. Never know where clues might be hiding, Apollo. Let's case this joint. After you, true CPI. Let's poke our head in the dressing room. July 7th, Gavinier's dressing room. Oh, looks like nobody's here. Prosecutor Gavin's probably busy with this case too. No rest for the wicked. No rest for us either, Apollo. Let's get rocking. Rock and rock. That guitar, that's a legendary AA400, the Red Badger. I thought rock was supposed to be rebellious, not civic. Every aspiring guitarist wants one of these. They even paint their own guitars to look like it. Ah, the fickleness of youth. You should dye your hair badger red too. I like my hair the way it is, thank you very much. Ah, the stubbornness of age. What's a police recruitment poster doing here? Rock on with the police? Maybe they're trying to trick kids into thinking the police are some kind of band. The police are a band, though. That's just silly. Who'd name a band the Police? that's a good one. That's a pretty good one. Those are some pretty heavy-duty gloves. Maybe they have to carry around hot pots or something. They are a little thick. Couldn't even stuff a pigeon in those. That's exactly what I was thinking. Look, it's a postcard of Lemoire. What are these letters at the bottom? I've never seen these. Must be her native tongue. Borginian. What? What the fuck is Borginian? Borginian, huh? That's gotta be something. Those are definitely just letters backwards. Can I... Let me take a picture of this. I kind of want to see what this says. 100% just letters that are backwards. Alright. Picture. Edit. Crop. Mirror. Done. What's that? Travels around the world. Something. Is it just upside down, not upside down and backwards? Okay, right at the end there, underneath the musique. It's definitely around the world. During her... Paint. This is a fucking confusing code because it's half upside down and backwards. I hope we're going to be able to cut that up or something. There's definitely something written there just in regular ass English. Why is that plastic bowl of stew sitting there? Maybe they use it for interrogating bad guys. That's not what you did, and let you eat that stew. That's just mean. It gets worse. See, if the bad guy confesses, they say, okay, eat it. If you can. See, it's made of plastic. It's like you don't know which one's the real bad guys. You need to take a deep breath, Trucy. God, that sounds like an amazing plot for an anime. First time an Ace Attorney victim dies in front of you. Maybe, actually. Because it was 5 cases in the first game. Larry Butts, then it was Will Powers, I think. After that, I don't think Wright has seen anyone die. Justice for All, no. No. I forget what the third one in Justice for All was. Wright has definitely been on the heels of a murder. He's definitely seen like a fresh corpse because in, I believe it was Justice for All case 2 is the one where Morgan Fay and Amy Meany team up to murder that doctor who, I guess, sort of killed Amy Meany's sister. Yeah, he was stabbed and then shot. And then Nick, like, broke down the door. And the sister was standing, or the actual killer was standing dressed as Maya. So he was definitely on the heels of a murder. But I don't think he's ever actually seen someone dying. Oh, a cruiser guitar. They sold those to commemorate 5 years of the band. Rocking hard under the speed limit. There's a cruiser bass and a cruiser drum set, and a cruiser keyboard. Even a cruiser whistle. I'm not sure about that last one. It's for blowing the whistle on criminals. I don't think that requires an actual whistle, Trucy. In Trial and Tribulations in which someone died in front of Nick? I don't think so. Someone drew the Gavineer's mark in lipstick here. Lipstick? I'd like to wear lipstick someday. Oh? You don't use lipstick yet, Trucy? Daddy won't let me. Until I learn to play piano, he says. Yeah, I'll be waiting a long time then, I'm afraid. A police uniform hangs on the stand there. Oh, I want to try it on. Nothing to see here. Move along. That's okay. You don't have to go that far to be special. I mean, you're not exactly the type who's just another face in the crowd. Really? You think so? I guess you're right. Now I feel like a meanie for making that insinuation. That speaker looks familiar. Oh? Yeah, like the one for the PA system back in school. Oh, we have one of those in my classroom too. That's right, she's still in junior high. Oh, fuck. What are we doing, Nick? What are we doing, Justice? Why are we here with this child? I feel old. You are old. What are we doing hanging here with this actual child? This place is decorated like a high school dance. I think our decorations were paper, not chains. Gavineers are into chains. It's part of their image. Huh, no kidding. Ever since they used chains to put on the cover art of Gonna Lock You Up. They really do the whole police thing, aren't they? It'd be cooler if they turned that bright red light on. They don't have to turn the red light on. Wait, what are these jokes? Is that a fucking Roxanne joke? Was Roxanne written by the police? That'd be really funny. I need to double check that. Yeah, it was. That's funny. What else did the police do? List of the police songs. I wish there were music. Every breath you take, Roxanne, every little thing she does. Don't stand so close to me, message in a bottle, walking on the moon. You pain. I'm just gonna keep this up just to see if there's any more if there are any more police jokes. Move. Memoir's dressing room. They're probably gonna kick us out. Let's go to the stage. July 7th, in the wings. The stage looks empty. I was hoping to get a chance to talk to Prosecutor Gavin. Oh well, nothing to do but go to the crime scene, I guess. I guess? Ah, fuck no. We're gonna examine shit. Examine. What a big stage. Not a whole other scale than the Wonder Bar. The lights were so bright I couldn't see the whole first part of the concert. I'd love to do my act on a stage like this someday. Just hold back on the lights for my eyes' sake, please. You'll be too blinded by my magic to worry about lights. You probably don't want to blind the audience if you plan on showing them magic. Wow, that piano looks much bigger up close. Machi always plays so beautifully. Yeah, like a real pianist. That's just silly, Apollo. How can you call someone as good as Machi a pianist? Why, that's like throwing him in the same class as Daddy. Good thing Mr. Wright didn't hear that one. Now there's a bit. That's a big instrument case. That case is for a contrabass, I think. You could fit 20 violins in there, I bet. May look like a violin, but it's a completely different instrument. You could fit 5 truces in there, I bet. Hey, are you comparing me to an instrument? Wonder who left it sitting open like that. Look at all these electronic devices. I'm guessing they have something to do with the sound. I guess when we can fiddle. Let's see here. Don't touch that! A healthy curiosity is the key to a good investigation. When in doubt, fiddle. That's what Daddy always says. They should require parental testing, clearly. Okay. That's just the stage. I want to see where it's Gavin's guitar. Look, a ladder. I guess they need one to work the lights and such. Why don't they use a stepladder? I prefer stepladders, really. Is that so wrong? Not wrong, just, well, why do you prefer stepladders? They're so much more flexible than the plain old ladders. I prefer my ladders rigid and stable, thank you. There's an achievement in the original Ace Attorney game that I didn't get, and that was to experience all of the ladder dialogue. It is, what a wild achievement. I'm not gonna go back for it. God, I have to play the whole game again on fast forward. But that's really funny that it exists. Alright. Move. Backstage hallway. Move. I guess Lemoire's dressing room. I've examined everything. Oh, it's you. I figured you'd come. You have to let us investigate the scene, please. Your attorneys know. Didn't you wait until you have a client? Batiste did tell me to ask the witness, the siren. With his dying breath, no less. Doesn't that count? Glare at me all you want, you'll get no snacks from me. Please. Think of poor Lemoire. Oh well. I suppose you did find the body with me. Right, let's get to it. Right. Try not to touch anything. Letting us look and she's not munching her snacks. This bodes well. There are clues here, I can feel it. Leave no hanger unhung, no spot unspotted. Mr. Romain Latouche, wasn't it? He was Lemoire's manager, an interpreter apparently. This was his first time in the country. So I'm guessing he didn't know many people here. Doesn't seem likely. Nor can I think of anyone with a motive to murder him. Except for one person, of course. One person? Ooh. Lemoire. No one here might have had a motive, but she's from... What are you talking about? Hey! It was Emma's idea.
I said nothing. Always with the snacks. He's a big man, or was. I don't think even I would win on a fight against him. Which is why whoever it was used a revolver, I'm guessing. Sent a request to the Borganian embassy for more info on him. Well, you and I know more about the crime than anyone. You do? That's true. It was us who found the body. What? I guess that's what I missed for watching the concert. Hey, I wish I was watching the concert. Anything would be better than this. Well, we know the crime took place during the concert. And when we heard the shot when we entered the room. Killer was already gone. What? But that doesn't make any sense. You came when you heard the shot and no one was here? How did they leave the room? The window's a little too small, isn't it? Mystery of the disappearing killer. Alright, let's examine. Big fucking bullet wounds. Yeah, big fucking bullet holes. Are these bullet holes? Looks like it. There are 2 in the wall. From the looks of it, the victim was shot once in the shoulder. First shot must have missed. But there are 2 holes. Wouldn't that mean 2 misses? The murder weapon is a .45 caliber revolver. It's very powerful. I believe what we're seeing here is a mark left by the second bullet after it passed through the shoulder. Ouch. Sounds painful. No kidding. I wonder about this murder weapon. What's this? Oh, what a pretty brooch. Oh, Emma? You're not gonna say, can I have it, please, are you? Oh. Look, you may be a cute little girl for 15. That doesn't get you any special treatment with me. Oh. It's not healthy to envy the young, Emma. It's not about envy, it's about tampering with evidence. Note to self, Emma lacks a sense of humor. Use caution. You need to learn to respect your elders a little. Nothing seems so familiar about that brooch. Well, yeah, we've seen it on more, didn't we? Tracy's still after that brooch, clearly. No way. You want that one? If you want one that bad, you need Daddy to buy it for you. Daddy always says, Trucy, if you ever want something, go find or borrow it. Oh, when in doubt, beg. Leave it to Mr. Wright. I should be concerned about Tracy's future, but I'm more concerned about the owner of that brooch. What speaker was blaring at the time of the murder? That's for monitoring the stage from this room. Monitoring? It pipes in real-time feed from the stage microphones. Useful for knowing when the set is coming up. Yes, I seem to recall it being loud and vaguely musical. Made it hard to hear Letitia's last words. What's wrong, Apollo? Your mouth is catching flies. Nothing. It's nothing. Maybe that's how the killer escaped. That's what you're thinking, right? When we arrived on the scene, the killer had already fled. He or she must have had a way out. And that air van was one possibility. But it's much too small. Not if the killer were about your size, Trucy. I didn't do it. I was cutting up the dance floor at the time, thank you. I know, of course. I don't think you did it. It's hard to tell with you sometimes, Apollo. Hey, what have I done? Ladder. Huh, another ladder. Actually, it's technically a step ladder. Well, hello, Miss Fancy Pants. Please forgive my lack of ladder discrimination. I'm less worried about the step ladder, I'm more worried about why it's there. Why is the ladder there? Well, to climb, right? To reach something on the ceiling? I still say it's a step ladder. Oh, Apollo, can I eat some of those, please? Absolutely not. I know. But still, I yearn. Look, you're not the only one eyeing the fruit here. Then what are we waiting for? Let's eat. Right. Whoa, 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 stop, stop, are you too crazy? Emma, you of all people should know better. But she tempted me, she's a temptress. Please grow up. Ah, Apollo. Look at that thing, it's huge. That's a TV.
Yeah, a wide flat screen TV. I want one of those.
We've been wanting for a long time on your salary, Junior.
Wait till you're as famous as Mr. Wright was, then dream.
I don't think Daddy was ever rich, even when he was in law.
Great, just stop on my dreams, why don't you? There's another of the Cavaliers posters here.
I'm just about sick of seeing those, personally.
Maybe I'll tear it down, haha.
No tampering with the crime scene, Emma.
Maybe there's something else I can tear to shreds.
Don't look at me.
What's this poster?
Let's see. This summer, a League of Legals production of Case Closed. Looks like a poster for a different show.
One I wouldn't mind seeing real soon.
Is that a Phoenix Wright the musical joke?
God, it's so wild that's a thing. Slide to the right. Guitar case.
Seeing these mirrors lined up really makes me think I'm in a dressing room.
You're in a dressing room.
Must be makeup.
Never heard of most of these brands. Maybe they're Borganian.
All I know is they sure don't make for much of a clue.
What an amazing bouquet. I mean, it's giant. Not sure I approve. It'd be better if this flower was a bit more... Oh.
Eek! The flower fell off.
What happened to preserving the crime scene, Emma?
It's fine, I'll just put it back, see?
How scientific. What is that thing? This is one of those, things, right? At the barber's? A permanent dryer. Want me to curl those bangs of yours? No, thanks.
Better not mess with his hair, Emma. It's part of his identity, you know.
Look at all these presents. The Moira sure is popular.
Oh, I wonder what's inside. We can't open them, can we?
Probably not a good idea. You never know what you might find in one of these boxes. Bombs, razors, ransom notes. Could be anything.
I'm never having a birthday party I'm never having a birthday party again.
Gee, thanks, Emma.
Look, there's a little window over there. Maybe the killer escaped through that.
It's barely big enough for me to get my head through. Not to mention, it only opens a crack.
What? I'm just saying it's possible.
Right.
No harm in that.
Except I'm pretty sure it isn't possible. You can peek in the room through it, though, you know? It's a gun! This is the murder weapon, isn't it? This revolver? That's right, a big 45 caliber revolver.
Wow. I wonder who brought this in here. I thought only police were allowed to have one of those.
Why are you giving me that look? I didn't do it. I didn't... Listen, I was out in the hall eating snackaroos when it happened.
I know. No
one here thinks you did it, Emma.
Hard to tell with you sometimes, Apollo.
Hey, what have I done?
Wait, if the killer brought a revolver, it must mean they had planned for this from the start. That's right?
I should probably, like, examine some of this shit. What a pin fastener attaching things to clothes. Not a safety pin type, though.
So if it's not a safety pin, is it a danger pin?
Suppose if you stuck it in your eye, then yeah, sure. You could do that with a safety pin too, for that matter.
Thanks for taking the fun out of my danger pin. Oh, you're driving a danger pin through my heart here.
That was it? Okay.
Middle of the weapon is a revolving chamber. Where you load the bullets, a revolver, see? Revolver, revolver. That sounds a bit like Wonder Bar. Especially if you say it really fast.
I guess?
You know what I always used to think? I used to think the closest sound to Wonder Bar was one liver. There's just so many words in this world, Apollo. Isn't it amazing?
So many different words, so many different people. People like Trucy. Yes, yes, yes.
Yikes, don't point that thing at me. Don't worry. I'm an old hand with firearms. I have one that shoots bullets. I don't want you shooting any bullets, thank you. Not those bullets, silly. My gun shoots bullets the magic cat.
Cat.
Comes out of a gun? I can tell by your expression you've never heard of that trick. It's a great one.
Honestly, that one sounds halfway interesting. Let me look. It's a revolver. I should be able to see how many bullets are in there. Fucking open the thing, Apollo. God. Open the cylinder. I want to see. God, there's a point of investigation, Apollo. Fuck. Why don't you let me look? How many bullets are in the gun?
That's the body, isn't it?
Sure is, the victim no less. Let's take a closer look.
Eek. Go ahead, Apollo. You first.
Me? No, you should go first, Trucy. Really?
You two stop bickering and get over here.
She's munching on snackaroos again. Hope she's not too annoyed. And he sure is dead.
Eek, is that blood? Why don't you examine this one, Apollo? You know more about, red stuff than I do, yep.
Says who? Something is strange about this blood, though.
Is that what it looks like? Apollo, look at this hand.
He's holding something. Hey, no touching. You can throw all the snacks you like at me, Emma. Sooner or later, you're gonna run out of them. You raise a good point.
I'm a bit intrigued by this scene. Let's take a closer look. Ah, see there? He's holding something. What's this?
A keyring?
You think it might belong to the killer?
Certainly a possibility. What an unusual keyring. What unusual keys. This one's a guitar. This could be a vital clue. Oh, it sure is a Gavin Ears keyring, at least. Is it Gavin's? There are 3 keys on this heart-shaped keyring. This middle key is shaped like a guitar?
I get it. This must be a guitar key to a guitar case.
A guitar key case. Guitar case key. Fuck. I bet I know who this belongs to. Yeah, also, his fucking logo is on the on the strap. No clues here. Yep, there sure isn't any clues here that we can glean about the owner of this keys whatsoever. Nope. I'm drawing a blank. Who could this be? Maybe the guitar-shaped key can lead us to it. Yeah.
Thought it was holding a keyring. Wonder what it could mean. It must mean something. Doesn't look like the kind Mr. Latouche would use. But the question is, whose keyring is it? Well, you're practically a detective there, Apollo. Practically.
I'm glad it brings them so much joy to mock me. Yeah, I think that's about it here. Anything more? Nope. Oh, one more thing. Examine. 45 caliber revolver. Very deadly. You know, Apollo, I was wondering. What's a caliber, and what does 45 mean? Huh? Huh. You want me to tell you? It's the size of the barrel. Simply put, the larger the caliber, the bigger the round. The bullet, in other words. Bigger bullets do more damage. Wow. Chalk 1 point up for the forensic science. You know it. But it's not 45 inches, right? That'd be too big. What's the unit of measurement they use, Miss Science? Well? Hush. Kids shouldn't ask so many questions. Isn't it like... Isn't it 45 inches? Backstage hall. Or not 45 inches, 45 millimeters? Case. Examine. Nope. Move. Backstage hallway. Move. Gavinier's dressing room. Nothing. Move. Hallway. Move. Moore's dressing room. Talk. Guess we just start presenting stuff. Sorry, I can't comment on anything not scientifically relevant. I'm a forensic scientist after all. Self-styled one, at least. What do you think of this? Nothing. What do you think of this? So this is the murder weapon? This revolver is incredibly heavy. Yeah, it's been fired twice. You can still smell the gunpowder. That's odd. What's odd? Oh, nothing. Hey, no fair. Tell us. It's just something about this revolver seems strange. Strange? What? What's strange about it? Okay. Think about this. You always carry that around, do you? Just like Mr. Right. Huh? It's good to never let yourself forget who you are. I'm proud of you. Keep up the good work. Come to think of it, why do I carry this around? I suppose that's one compliment it's got me. Alright. What about this? Nothing. I think that's all I'm going to get out of this. Backstage hallway. Anything else here? Oh, got that, got that, got that, got that. Okay. Move Gavinier's dressing room. Examine. Yeah. Signature. Good. Backstage hallway. Move. Stage. Examine. That's everything. What am I missing? Move. Stage. Otherwise dressing room. Got that there, got that there, got that there. Nothing there. Revolver. Court record. Hand the body one more time. Okay. Got that. Message written in his own blood. Get the keys in hand. There's blood under him, obviously. So this is good. What am I missing here? I don't think there are any new dialogue options. One that I saw. Talk. Oh, murder weapon. Yeah, fucking cool. Awesome. Thanks, game, for letting me know that. What do you think about this revolver? Well, it's pretty big. Well, it's pretty big and heavy. That's right, 45 caliber. This makes it one of the deadliest revolvers around. Even the police don't carry guns this big. Really? Yeah, it doesn't make much sense. You don't need so much power to kill at such close range. It's overkill. I'm not sure I see the problem. I mean, wherever I go out to eat curry, I order it extra spicy just to be sure it's spicy. Of course, I can only ever eat 1 or 2 bites. And that's not a problem? There's another thing about a gun this big. That's a lot of strain on the shooter. Strain? Yeah, say if you were to fire this revolver, recoil would probably dislocate your shoulder. Ouch. It's like the shooter is a victim too. Yeah, the killer used this revolver, and quite well. But, well, yeah, if you don't know how to shoot it. I'm guessing whoever did it was used to shooting a high caliber weapon. Well, that's about it. I think we've looked at just about everything there is. I guess you're right. I know how you're feeling. It's hard to know when to stop. If anything more involved has to wait till the squad gets here. I suppose. I'll go report the evidence. Sorry, but could you wait here till I get back? Huh? Oh, actually, we have to... Great, thanks. Why? Emma, you really just gonna leave 2 civilians standing in here with a corpse? She left. What do we do, Apollo? You told us to wait. Great, now how am I supposed to investigate? Oh well, I guess it can't be helped. Let's go. Huh? Go? Time's a wasting, Apollo. Got a lot of ground to cover. Well, that's true, but... on second thought, why not? Sure, I'm sure everything will be fine. Of course it will. Let's go. What? 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 Amazing bouquet. I mean, it's giant. Super dazzling frazzle. Super dazzle frazzle? Yeah, it's super, and it makes you feel all dazzle frazzle. Who taught you to say that? Oh, Daddy. I know it. In your dressing room. Look at all the makeup. All I know is they sure don't make much for a clue. .45 caliber revolver, very powerful. This is definitely the murder weapon. I wonder who brought this revolver in here. It's huge. Not unusual, that's for sure. No one I would want to meet, that's for sure. Me either. Unless it's in court, of course. Examine. Eek, is that blood? Why don't you examine this one, Apollo? You know more about red stuff than I do. Yep. It's who? Something strange about this blood, though. Is that what it looks like? Sure, it looks like writing. Thought he was holding a key ring. Do you think it belongs to the killer? If it's not Mr. Latreuse's, that seems to be a possibility. Okay, that's all I got from him. Window. Look, there's a little window over there.
Maybe the killer escaped through that. Something big enough to stick your head through. Doesn't even open all the way. What? I was just saying it's possible.
Right, right. No harm in that. Except I'm pretty sure it's impossible. Look, Jersey, Jeb, get it. No snatching people's brooches.
Darn. Maybe there's another one lying around here somewhere.
If there is, you can't have that one either.
Don't be so stingy, Apollo.
I think the word you're looking for is principled.
These are bullet holes.
Looks like it. There are two in the wall.
Well, if there are two marks, it must have been missed twice.
Not necessarily. Some revolvers can put a bullet through a person. It wasn't necessarily a miss.
Ouch. Sounds painful.
Also, kind of a miracle, we weren't hit. Prediction: the blind pianist ain't blind, it is the killer. Yeah. Either that or we just haven't been introduced to enough people. There is there's Machi Tobaya, Moore's favorite pianist, he's blind. There's Lemoire, singer lauded as the siren of the ballad, from the tiny country of Borginia. Emma Sky, we can roll that out because we were standing there with her. The two, shot during the performance, he died after leaving me his last words. Dude's 35, Jesus. Lemoire is 40? Oh my god. Machi Tobaya is 14. Calvert Gavin, 24. Oh no, he's way younger than me. He's like 3 years younger than me. Tracy Wright, 15. Got his actual child. Air vent bothers me. Emily and I came through the door. Makes the vent the only exit from the room.
It's much too small.
Not if the killer were about your size, Tracy.
I didn't do it.
Ah,
I was cutting up the dance floor at the time, thank you.
I know, of course. I don't think you did it. Hey, what have I done? Another ladder. Technically a step ladder. Oh, hello, Miss Fancy Pants. Please forgive my lack of ladder discrimination. This ladder is used to climb up to reach the things. There's something on the ceiling? Let's say it's a step ladder. Guess we just fucking leave. Whomps the fuck? Who's there?
We didn't just imagine that, did we?
He's wearing a silk hat. Friend of yours?
Hardly.
Whoever that was, he sure looks suspicious.
What? Who the fuck was that?
Nothing new in the Gavinews dressing room. Move to the stage. New stuff on the stage. What is it with today? Problem after problem, Octong. You ain't kidding.
It's the two leading members of the Gavineers, Apollo. Calvir on the vocals and Darian on the guitar. They're so cool.
I have a hard time thinking of Calvir as anything but a prosecutor, honestly.
Huh? What are they arguing about?
Probably the case, I'd bet. My hog won't start, my guitar case is busted. My guitar has been burnt to a crisp, and on top it all off, someone's dead. Then there was a performance just now. What was that all about? Hey man, don't blame me. You were the one who missed the cue. Me, miss a cue. How could I conceivably get the most important part of the song wrong? How? What's with all that tinny playing of yours? What you calling tinny?
Sounds like they're having a spat. One of those differences in musical direction bands are always splitting up over.
It's hardly the time. What are you two doing here?
Hiya.
We were just discussing the investigation, if you don't mind. Sorry, wait. You were what? Listen. You need to confirm that with the Republic of Borgina, Detective Crescent. Need to confirm that with the Republic of Regina, Detective Crescent. Right, anything else? What did he just call him? Detective? Ah, greetings. Whoa, what a pompadour! Darian Crescent, Criminal Affairs Division 3. I didn't see that coming. I should have. I didn't. Oh, the Gavineers. They're fucking styled after the police. Yep, that makes sense. A prosecutor, criminal investigator. Hello. Criminal Affairs? Ah, Apollo. You really don't know anything about the Gavineers, do you? Something tells me it's that's about to be remedied. It plays his theme song. About the crime. Which crime do you mean? The murder, what else? Oh, that. For me, today has been a hit parade of crimes, you see. Pomp and pompadour, yep. Prosecutor Gavin was singing the blues earlier, wasn't he? Something about his hog and his guitar case. Anyway, I'm afraid you know more about the killing of Mr. Latouche than I do. For now, at least. Huh? You're the one who found the body, yeah? Oh, we're in the middle of the performance, no less. Aren't you going to examine the crime scene, Prosecutor Gavin? I'll leave that to Fraulein Detective. Wouldn't want to step on her toes. They're not exactly best buddies, are they? Emma and Prosecutor Gavin, I mean. Well, what to do next? We've already checked the scene. Prosecutor Gavin may be right. Might be the most informed for once. Maybe Prosecutor Gavin can shed some light on things we found. I don't believe you, Apollo. How can you come to this concert and not know about the Gavineers? It's not surprising. Why, even our ancestors knew nothing of America's existence once. I know America exists. The Gavineers aren't just an average rock band, Apollo. Each member is connected to the police somehow. The police. The real police. By day they pack heat, but by night they heat up the stage. By day those lips interrogate, by night they sing songs of unrequited passion. Okay. They debuted 7 years ago with 13 Years Hard Time for Love. Then came Love with No Chance of Parole, and My Boyfriend is the Prosecution's Witness. List of hits goes on and on. This here's my right-hand man. Darian Crescent. I make the melodies, he attacks them with his guitar. He's a bit of a rogue, really. And this guy's a bit of a perfectionist. When a performance goes the least bit wrong, he goes into this funk, just like today. I hope murder would be a bit more off-putting than a ruined concert. The concert today, a disaster. I'll get to the bottom of this, and then we'll see you, Mr. Q. Hey, Mr. Q, we were arguing about that before. Great, I love nothing more than questioning tormented artists. What's this Miss Q you keep talking about? Ha, you heard it, didn't you? From the audience? Actually, I didn't notice anything. See, no amateur's gonna pick on that. Why does it go like that? Can you guarantee an entire audience of amateurs? No. No, take a listen to this. What's that? Mixing board. We use it to record a concert tonight. Aren't we supposed to be investigating murder? Well, we've come this far, might as well go all the way. I've always wanted to learn about the recording industry. What am I looking at? This is but one of the devices used in recordings. We're a 5-part band. This lets us record each member's performance separately. Use a sliders to adjust the volume on each part. Check it out. Whoa, my god. Wow, neat. So, could you say hear only the drums part? course, that's how we'll find the criminal guilty of missing his cue tonight. More concerned with the other criminal. The one that kills people. You want help in the case, then help with mine. I guess rock and roll comes before prosecuting. Let's begin. First, we bring up part of the performance in question. You simply choose a section of the song you wish to hear from the uppermost bar. Like so. There it is, now listen. Was something wrong? You couldn't hear it? Listen again, closely. Ah, the timing's a little bit off, isn't it? Is it? You see? No, I don't. There, right at the most important part. Even an amateur can hear it. An amateur with a mixing board, maybe? You're missing the point. We'll never stamp out crime until it's perfect. Perfect. Here he goes again. Right, amateur. You'll prove my point. Huh? Me? You'll find the miscue. It tells which instrument, which part, is the guilty party. But how? Did I not just explain it? Who the slide is with W and S? Oh my god. Find the part that is hopelessly bung as a cue with A and D. Find it with your untrained amateur ears. I mean, this is kind of fun. First, a quick review. W, S to adjust the part's volume. Which another section of the song Q and E. A and D to switch parts, right? Got it. Did you found the guilty party? Is this really the most important thing we're doing right now? Found it. That one. This part's off. Which is that, Second guitar. Ah. It was you, Darian. Ah, well, looks like the cat's out of the bag. Ah, well, that's all you have to say. What kind of attitude lets killers walk free, Darian? Here they go again. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to ask about the concert. It's starting to feel like we're just wasting time. It's all experience under our belt. It can't be that bad. I still can't get over the title for that song. Tar Love? Guilty Love? Oh my god. What? Is this the thing we can do? Why are we doing this? Alright, let's take a listen to the whole thing. Okay. Turn on and off the metronome. I'm listening for gunshots. I don't know what the point of this is. Hey, what do you think of this? I was wondering if you knew anything about this. That... Does it look familiar? Familiar, it's mine. That's my keyring. I've been looking all over for it.
What? This is yours, Mr. Gavin?
I knew it.
Apollo, how can you make that I knew it face? It's the keyring that was...
Yeah, I know. Thanks, anyway. So where did you find it? Actually, the victim was holding it. Like he was trying to keep it from the killer, even if it meant his life.
What? What?
The victim, you mean Mr. Latouche had my keys? Indeed. When will my trials be over?
Speaking of trials, never heard Mr. Gavin whine in court like he has been today.
Almost right about the fob. I'll give her that.
Apollo. Mr. Gavin, maybe we can help. Tell us about your troubles today.
I really don't think that's...
Tell us. And we'll keep Mama but the keyring for now.
You blackmailing me, Fraulein? Alright. You were saying something about your motorcycle not starting?
And something about your guitar case being busted.
You're well informed.
You mentioned it a few times.
Ugh. It all happened this morning. It's all this keyring's fault. The keyring? It's got all my keys on it, yeah? My bike key, my car key, and key to my guitar case.
Wait, with this keyring,
It disappeared. I thought I put it in my jacket pocket.
Prosecutor Gavin's keyring disappeared?
I'd come to the concert by taxi. How embarrassing. In order to get my guitar out, I had to break the lock. Wait, this guitar wasn't the one that... The very one up in flames. And red on stage, too.
I actually thought that was part of the show.
Crazy. And to top it off, Mr. Latouche's life was taken. Nobody told me about days like these. Strange days indeed. Think. What's wrong, Trucy?
Well, I was just trying to make sense of everything. First, this heart-shaped keyring gets stolen. Then a very expensive guitar flares up on stage. Then Mr. Latouche dies.
Yes, and?
Could it all really be just a coincidence?
Coincidence. Meaning? Darian, can you make any sense of all this?
Hey, don't look at me. What do you think, Apollo?
Huh?
I mean, either Mr. Gavin's having a really bad day, or all this was planned.
I'm thinking what I think you're thinking. Oh, you Fraulein.
I am.
What? Hey, don't leave me in the middle of the dark with Spike here. My name's Apollo, but yeah, I agree. Don't leave us in the dark. What are you talking about?
Haven't you noticed a concern, Apollo? A connection, Apollo? A curious connection between all of Mr. Gavin's troubles today.
Well... You know, something was bugging me too. That keyring, and the guitar, and the body.
Slow down there, Polly. You look a wee dizzy.
He's bluffing, he hasn't figured it out. Fess up, you're a man. You're as close as I am. Huh? No, give our forehead a chance. Let's see your evidence of connection. Shall we? Evidence? Better think of something pronto.
Come on. Let's see it. What's the connection between all of Mr. Gavin's troubles?
Oh, Guitar's Serenade. Sugar, oh that night in your embrace. When you stole away the keys, my heart held on so tight. Fleeting melody wraps around me. Now through the air I fly. Burning in your heart. Fire, burning away my love. Guitar up this guy. Oh, like a bullet of love. Fire, take my life away, all away. It's this, isn't it? Lyric sheet. Guitar Serenade? What's that got to do with anything? It has everything to do with everything. I thought I wouldn't have to. Though I wouldn't have believed it if Fraulein hadn't pointed it out. What are you talking about, man? Enough with the riddles. Don't threaten me with your pompadour. Maybe it is a coincidence, or perhaps it means something. Don't you think, Fraulein?
I do. Everything that's happened to Mr. Gavin today is predicted in the lyrics to the song.
What? No way.
Look, just think about everything that's happened to Mr. Gavin. Let's list them in order, in the order that they occurred. While reading this lyric sheet. First, the keyring was stolen. And not just any keyring, a heart-shaped keyring. That's right there. When you stole away the keys, my heart held on so tight. This heart holding the keys. Next, his guitar burst into flames. Burning in my heart, fire burning my love away. And then Mr. Lotus was killed. Like a bullet of love, fire, take my life away. But that's crazy. Yeah, no kidding.
For everything that happened today here, this song predicted it all. Or perhaps it was the other way around.
Huh?
A criminal could have based their crime on the lyrics.
Who would go through all that trouble?
Someone who moves in the mysterious ways, no doubt. I believe you stumbled upon something quite vital. And quite annoying, Fraulein. He looks pleased. Lyrics predicting the crime. Calvir? Seems a little bit more than a coincidence to me. I have to agree. The keyring, the guitar, the murder. Keyring might have been dropped by accident. Yet the victim was holding it. Hard to think it was unconnected.
That's true. Prosecutor Gavin's as calm and collected as ever. But the criminal matched their actions to the lyrics.
That sounds likely.
Why would anyone do that?
What do we think about that? I'm going to get cracking on the biggest crime here. I'm going to talk to the Borginian embassy about Mr. Lotus. Ah, right. Thanks, Darian. I'll leave the pondering of the mysteries to you. I'm out of here. Foreign national, Mr. Lotus was killed. Seems like that would be the point of all this. But they didn't. Oop. But they did more than that. They left us with not only a mystery, but a murder, but a mystery.
Mr. Gavin sure is irritable today.
Maybe this is the real Prosecutor Gavin we don't get to see in the courtroom. Had enough, frankly. If you find any more mysteries, do me a favor and keep them to yourselves, yeah? Yeah. Guess this is all we're gonna get from Prosecutor Gavin. That leaves Lemoire in question. Prosecutor Gavin, do you know where Lemoire is now? I had her go to my dressing room. With that pianist, Machi Tobai, of course. She seemed rather shocked by Mr. Lotus' sudden passing. Gavinier's dressing room, got it. Backstage hallway. Who the fuck? Eek! Who's there? And he's gone.
There he goes again! Who is that guy?
Huh?
Drusi? You know, he did look sort of familiar.
So he is a friend of yours.
No, that's not it. Sorry, I don't remember.
Curiouser and curiouser. My 7th, Gavinier's dressing room.
Ah, Mr. Lemoire. Ah, Lemoire. What has happened? I heard that Mr. Lotus has died.
Lemoire, you speak? I mean, you speak English?
Ah, yes. I was invited here from the Republic of Borgina. But I am not Borgina by birth.
Wasn't Mr. Lotus your interpreter?
Yes, well... It was Mr. Lotus's idea. He thought it would add to the mystery, you see.
Then, your pianist is also...
No, Machi Tobai is Borginan. He does not speak English. Now please tell me, what has happened to Mr. Lotus? Why did he...
Actually, Mr. Lotus was... Trucy! Huh? Remember what Prosecutor Gavin said? Not a word?
But Mr. Lotus is Lemoire's manager. Well, that's not fair to her. I mean, isn't she a related party?
Precisely who Prosecutor Gavin doesn't want to alert, I'd suspect.
All we have been told is to wait here in this room. Which is very upsetting. I'm sorry, we're trying to figure it out ourselves. Do you think I could ask you some questions? Of course, I am willing to help. Thomas, you looked on stage. I can't put my finger on why, but I like this Lamore. Fucking, alright. What is it, Machi? What? But you'd be alone. What seems to be the problem? Machi, he is not good around strangers. He wishes to go out for a breath of fresh air. Would that be alright? Sure, of course. Very well. What is it you wish to speak to me about? The Republic of Borgina. That's in Northern Europe, right? I never even heard of it. I started out singing in a restaurant. Then a producer called me. Before I knew it, here I am. Oh, you don't say. You know, my daddy always plays piano in a restaurant. Producers tend to look for talent, Trucy. Lamore, you're not from Borgina originally. You were born here? Well... Oh, is it supposed to be a secret? Image is everything when you're a star. I know a bit about that, of course. Yes. It is something like this. A contract, you might say. I'm also not to speak of anything but Borgina in public. The image is important, I guess. She's not all image, though. She's not all image, though. Her songs are lovely. A real landscape painter in sound. What? She travels the world, turning the sights she sees into music. That's the secret to your music's beauty, right? You're very perceptive. Oh, I use your songs all the time in my stage act. I don't have to pay royalties for that, do I? Stop while you're ahead, Trucy. This landscape painter in sound, too, is an image. Even without it, my songs would not be so widely heard. They even call you a siren of the ballad, right? Yes, in Borginian, Lamore means the siren. I fear that perhaps already I am not the siren I once was. Your pianist. Your pianist, Machi, was it? He's cute, like a porcelain doll. He's very European. I met him while singing in the restaurants in Borgina. He is an orphan, yet his playing is exquisite. Soon he came to live with me. It's like a fairy tale, almost. I noticed he hardly ever leaves your side. Yes, well, he is blind. At first, I hesitated dragging him across the world. He doesn't speak English either, does he? He had never left Borgina before we met. I made his presence part of my contract. Much and I together are Lamore, together always. Mr. Latrousse was my new manager. New? Yes, from 3 months ago. Around when I received Mr. Gavin's invitation to come. I met Mr. Latrousse in my office. He was to be my manager and bodyguard. And as it turns out, my interpreter. Interpreter? Even though you speak English? Yes, but we were to visit more places than just here. We had a concert in Japan scheduled after this one, though I fear that may have to be cancelled now. Was Mr. Latrousse from the Republic or Borgina too? Well, he was only with me for 3 months. I'm afraid there is much I do not know about him. And now I shall never know. No one will even tell me why he has died. I'm sorry. Prosecutor Gavin said we weren't to talk to anyone. Mr. Latrousse was a talented man. The siren of the ballad. That phrase was his idea, you know. I'm happy for him. It has become so well known. The siren. That's what he meant. Huh? Apollo? You're the siren, right, Lamore? That is the meaning of my name in Borginan, yes. It was the name my producer gave me. Why do you ask? It's very important. I had to know for sure if it was the siren was you. What do you mean important? I'll tell you. You deserve to know. Siren. Turns out it's a very important word in this case. How? When we found Mr. Latrousse, he was still alive. What? I heard him say something. His last words. Latrousse, can you hear me? Ask. Witness. Hang in there, Mr. Latrousse. Tell me, who is the witness? The witness is Siren. He said siren, really?
He was the only one to hear it, but I'm sure that's what he said.
Mr. Latouche said that. Ask the witness.
And you're the siren, Lamore. Did you see what happened? Lamore?
I wanted to ask, are you with the police?
Well, no. I'm a defense attorney.
An attorney? Yet there have been no arrests, yes?
Is that a problem?
Does an attorney not work for a client? You have no client. You should leave the investigation to the police, I think. But Lamar, I am sorry, but I cannot answer your questions. I'm afraid you lack the authority to ask them.
Ah, why?
She was a witness to the crime. Why won't she tell us? I believe we are through here.
I believe so. Nothing new, nothing new. Backstage hallway. Move the stage. Move. Backstage hallway. Move. Gavanier's dressing room. I guess... Present... Brooch. That reminds me. Does this brooch look familiar to you?
My brooch, yes. Well, maybe it may be mine.
Yours, Lamore?
I was wearing a brooch earlier, you see. I must have lost it. Well, that explains the brooch we found. It was Lamore's.
Thank you.
I was wondering where I dropped it.
This brooch belongs to her. That begs the question.
Is there something wrong, Apollo?
What was this brooch doing at the crime scene? Well, it was her dressing room. Ask about these. You mind taking a look at this, Lamore? Not sure what to say. I wish I could help you. One of the most pleasant refusals. Present. No, okay. Present the keys. No. Alright. I think that's the last thing we needed. Yeah, it was. You just need to present the brooch. Whoa, who's there now? Oh, that's you. Where were you? Ah, Emma. Something wrong? You look grumpier than usual. You bet something's wrong. The impossible's happened. It's all your fault, you know. Oops, maybe this is about us leaving the crime scene.
What do you mean by impossible?
Well, it's gone. Utterly gone.
What's gone?
The body, stupid. What else? Huh?
Mr. Latouche's body's disappeared.
What? Shit. Oh, fuck. Ah, Prosecutor Gavin. From a vacant stare, I gathered you've heard the news. I heard Mr. Latouche's body has gone missing. Look for yourself. Shit, dude. Quite the pickle. Quite the pickle. Why can you just stand there? We have to start the investigation. No need for the alarm, Fraulein Detective. All entrances and exits have been sealed. The body will not leave the building. So I suggest we go find ourselves a cadaver. There'll be plenty of time to ponder the whys later.
Well, you do seem pretty sure of yourself, Mr. Gavin.
But we'll find him. I'm rather enjoying this.
How could Mr. Latouche's body just disappear? Well, you heard the man. Let's get searching.
Hey, I don't know if this is exactly the right time, but... Yes, Darian. See, Geeter's gone missing. It was in the dressing room.
Geeter? Who's Geeter?
That's what I call my guitar. You like, man? The guitar was stolen?
This hasn't been a good day for This hasn't been a good day for guitars or Geeters.
Okay, body first, then guitar. And if someone finds the guitar, please bring it to our dressing room.
Geeter's like a missing person, not a lost and found, man.
Fucking...
Well, this sure is a... what do you call it? A sausage? No, wait, it was a pickle.
That's your pickle. I told you to stay in the room. Sorry. Not much else I could say. It's alright.
Top priority now is finding the body. You can make it up for me later. 10 bags or so of chocolate snackaroo should do the trick nicely. Just watch your sugar intake, Emma. Oh shit. Well, let's go find that big fuck off guitar case, I guess. The stage. Why is that risen? Hmm? Does something seem different to you, Apollo? Something is definitely different here. Let's check it out. What's that stage there must have been lowered before. Like the tower that Lamar and Prosecutor Gavin were singing on. Someone must have raised it. I don't see a way to control it from here. Apollo, what about that ladder against the wall? We could use that to take a look at top. Maybe we should get Emma. What are you talking about? We have to see this sort of thing for ourselves. I'm not so good with heights. Stop whining and start climbing. Ugh. This is a terrible idea. Didn't look that high from below, really. When we got to the top, I felt every one of those 15 feet down. 15 feet? You fucking coward. 15 feet, that's nothing. Of course, I wasn't thinking about the height anymore. Not after what we found up there. Eek! Found two things we were looking for, and one thing we never expected to find. Oh my god! Why is the kid dead? What? The body, guitar in hand, and the pianist, Machi Tobai. What happened? What is going on? Wow, that concert last night sure went south in a hurry. No kidding. Why did they arrest Machi? Why? Don't look at me like it's my fault. Machi Tobai, the blind pianist. Arrested on suspicion of murdering Romain Latouche. I can't believe such a cute little boy could do something so horrible. Guess they had proof of some kind. What proof could possibly... Morning. Prosecutor Gavin? What a night, eh? I apologize for being so upset. Mr. Gavin, do you know what's going on? Why did they arrest Machi? Why? Don't look at him like that. Don't look at him like it's his fault either. It was tough for me too. Performed together that night after all. Yet? Powers that be say that given the circumstances, it could only have been him. What do you mean by the circumstances? Lamar was invited from Borgina as an ambassador of goodwill. It is vital that this case be wrapped up swiftly. That's all the powers that be want, really. Well, those are circumstances, alright. What makes Machi the only possible suspect? Air Forehead, you seem to have forgotten that you're talking to the prosecution, the enemy. Ah, right. I think I like this side of Prosecutor Gavin better, actually. Not at liberty to discuss the particulars of the case. Especially not to the defense attorney. What? What did you just say? Me? The defense attorney? That's what I came to tell you. He's down at the detention center. He wants to request your services. He? You mean Machi? Machi wants me. This is what we've been waiting for, Apollo. Let's get going. Right. Good luck. I'm off to question Lemoire. Right, later. Hope I'm up to this. What? Well, I just don't get it. I refuse to believe a cute little kid like that could do something so terrible. You said that already. A body has been discovered! Machi, everything's going to be okay. We're here for you. Hi. Maybe you can tell me about last night. Shit. Huh? That was when I realized how tough it must be. A little kid like this, in a country so far from everything he's ever known. Maybe Lemoire can help. Didn't Prosecutor Gavin say she was with him? Good luck. I'll have to question Lemoire. Well, what are we going to do? That's, a good question. I can't think of anything we can do. we can do, but go with this. I hope for the best of the trial tomorrow.
Shit. God. It might be worse than with Walkie. Because with Walkie, we could at least tell him to shut up. That's an interesting, bit of wrench there. We, can't really talk to our client. Not because he's a dumbass, because we don't actually speak the same language. Alright. I think I'll wrap it there for tonight, because that's... Yeah, that sure is a thing. Man, what is happening? There's a lot happening. So, to go through the order of events as we saw them. Lamar's concert. Her part with the Gavineers happened. Gavin's guitar was set on fire during the act. And then we took a break. We're chatting with Emma, who's working security in the hallway. We heard 2 gunshots, and we rushed into Lemoire's room. The performance was still ongoing because we heard it through the speaker. And then we were talking to... Then we saw the body of the producer. Told us Siren is a witness. He had the keys in his hand. We found the brooch in the room. 2 gunshot wounds. Or 2 gunshots. Fucking... Okay, and then... We rushed out. We talked to Gavin, who said the lyrics that he wrote were being used to create the scenario. After that, he... Said his keys were stolen. He had to break into his guitar case, and his guitar exploded on stage. We go talk to Lemoire. The kid steps out of the room, and then the body disappears as we're talking to Lemoire. Then we go to the stage, and we find that the stage has been raised with Machi's unconscious body and the producer's dead body holding the guitar on top of the platform. And between all of that, we see this mysterious magician fellow in yellow who's going in and out. I have no idea what that guy's about. What is with the magician? I don't know. I genuinely have no idea what that means. Alright, so that sounds like a problem for some other time. Maybe tomorrow. So, yeah. We're going right to trial with the client we can't talk to. And very little idea of what the fuck happened. Which I guess it tracks so far. So, thanks for hanging out, if indeed you still are. Pick this up next time on Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney. Fucking